All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Speedrun Saturdays. I think we're at episode number 11 now. Good stuff, good stuff. Today we have Vysuals, who's going to be doing a Hollow Knight speedrun of 106%. Do you want to explain what 106% is?
Yeah, of course. So basically the main categories of this game, any percent, true ending, all skills, they all run on patch 1221 because right after patch 1221, they patched out a lot of the speed tech that we need to go the fastest. And this is 100% everything that's a percentage on that specific patch. So it's like the speed patch. And so that's why this is a pretty popular 1XX category, even though the main game with all the DLCs
cool.
has
I just want to get that out of the way so people know what's going on. But we can pretty much go ahead and start this run because this is going to be a multiple hour run. I think that what would your estimate be for this? Like a little bit over 3 hours?
RTA, I can probably get it under 3 hours. My world record run was 2 hours 48 minutes. So
let's see if we can hold you to that.
Hopefully I'm not 12 minutes behind.
Go ahead and give me a countdown and we will be good to go.
All right. In 3, 2, 1,
Okay,
go.
awesome. All right, so tell us a little bit about this game.
All right. Yeah, so this is a game that came out early in
audio,
2017. It's already being... Oh, you're fine. It's already a game that's being talked about as like one of the best Metrovanias, in a lot of people's opinion. I've been playing it since late 2017, and it's honestly one of the best like price to quality things you could purchase as far as games go. It's $15, has 4 free DLCs, and has like 60 hours of content. So if you need something to hold you over, this is definitely what you got. But we play as the knight, little bug man here with his little nail. It's a Metrovania, so classic. We're gonna have, you know, stuff locked off until we get certain items or certain abilities. But starting off here in King's Pass, we're going to come break this door real quick, and then we're immediately gonna go back inside, and you'll see why in just a second. But yeah, so you just have to make sure to go just a little bit outside this door. You can't just hold left or else it won't work. And we're going to go back in here and we're going to get the first charm of the game. And charm is kind of like our badge system from Paper Mario, as far as I understand it. I've never played it, but that's all I hear. Kind of similar to the, I don't know what they're called in Ori 2, but they have a similar system. And they're kind of gonna be our loadout. They give you little abilities, or you know, they tweak some of your abilities. This one's called Fury of the Fallen, and it makes your nail do 1.5 damage whenever you're at 1 health. And we're gonna use that a couple times. So yeah, then we're gonna save quit out, and since we did that, we're gonna end up back at the top door that we broke.
Sorry guys, I'm not talking right now. We're just trying to resync audio up. We'll be good here in like just a second. Sometimes we have these just desync issues right at the start, but it'll be all good.
So yeah, we're gonna be making our way through here. So we picked up that Fury of the Fallen, and we're gonna use it for 3 bosses. I was considering not using it for the second boss because there's only 2 or 3 spots in this game where if I die, it's like catastrophically bad. And by catastrophically, I just mean like 2 to 3 minutes of like walking back.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not, especially later. We're gonna get Dreamgate, and like some deaths can be as little as like 20-30 seconds because we can just teleport right outside the boss arena. But the second boss, which is Hornet, is a long trek over to her arena, and we're supposed to fight her with 1 health. And I was considering not doing it at 1 health just for this run, but that would be less fun and not as interesting. So we're gonna go with 1 health, and I'm just gonna not mess up.
Easier said than done, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So
easy. If there's one thing I'm known for, it's for not healing, and we're gonna continue that trend.
So you're telling me before about like lag frames on these guys that you're specifically trying to avoid using the nail on those guys because they just don't take damage, and therefore you have like what 1 or 2 frames of extra lag because you got to save those frames.
Exactly. So yeah, if you're trying to save that 0.01, this is how you do it. Just try to avoid hitting. And it's gonna depend on your computer. Some computers are just gonna handle it better, but instead of pogoing off those guys like you normally would, kind of tweak the strat in there to make it to where you save a little bit of time with no freeze frames. When you pogo off things or just hit things with the nail that are like don't take damage, like spikes and stuff, then that can happen. Game is not what you'd call super consistent. But what fun games are. So we're gonna have this guy hit us on purpose, and we're gonna have, he also broke the wall there, so it kind of serves 2 purposes.
Are we gonna be doing like a death abuse or something?
We're gonna be going down to 1 health to use that charm that we put on.
Oh, right.
I don't even remember putting on the charm, to be honest, but it did apparently. That's why the screen's all red right here. We're at 1 health, and now our nail does more damage, so we can kind of abuse this guy.
Yeah, that's why. Was that it? Oh yeah, that's right.
There's 3 phases.
That's right. I was gonna say, I'm like, there's no way it's that powerful because I fought this boss before. I've gotten at least halfway through this game. I need to get back into it though.
And that's the fight.
No, okay, that is still extremely quick though.
Yeah. Normally it takes 8 hits whenever he's on the ground, but this makes it where he gets back up in 5. He's gonna tantrum a little bit, and we're done. So yeah, he's going to give us an item called the City Crest. That's going to allow us to get into the City of Tears. There's other ways to get in there, but in this category, the fastest way is to just go in the intended way. Most of the other categories do a shade skip to get up there, but we don't do that. Geo's not super tight in this category. You want to try to get, at least a good amount. Being over 200 is basically my goal there.
Is there at some point in the run where you just won't be buying stuff?
No. Honestly, some of the last things you do is buy stuff. I think the last thing you purchase in the whole game is 3,000 Geo, and it's the last vessel fragment. But Geo is the number underneath my health up at the top left, basically the game's currency. So yeah, we're gonna get our first upgrade here. This is the Vengeful Spirit, or the Fireball, Hadouken, whatever you want to call it, the Kamehameha. And so right now our nail does 5 damage. It does 8.75, which I think gets rounded up to 9 when we have Fury active. The Fireball by default does 15. So a lot of this game gets, like, almost every speedrun of the game gets turned into, like, the nail just gets relegated to a way to get soul, which is the big circle on the top left. That's basically our mana. The nail almost never, like, does the main damage. It's always just getting soul so we can use fireballs and other spells. You're going to see one of the biggest reasons why we're on this patch for this run, other than we have to because it's, this specific patch, but there's a charm called Fluke Nest, and it turns our fireball into an absolutely unholy, broken, like, just boss shredding. You'll see. It just breaks the game. It's actually ridiculous. There's multiple bosses we fight without even seeing the boss.
I was gonna say is I lost it. Peacecape distracted the hell out of me there. I'm blaming him. I'm throwing him under the bus.
Understandable, really.
You can't do this in middle of my sentences.
So the mechanic you just saw where I put on the charm. So every charm has a certain amount of notches that it requires, and you start off with 3 notches. You're gonna get more later, but we had Fury, which takes 2 notches, and then we picked up Soul Catcher, which just allows us to get more, like, mana, soul, whatever, per nail hit. But we only had 3 notches, and they require 4. So what you can do is force it in there, and it'll let you have the benefit from both charms. But now we're overcharmed, which means we take double damage. So everything's gonna do 2 up here, and we only have 5 health. So
yeah,
gotta be careful.
It's kind of a risky strat.
So we're gonna see the first fireball skip here.
I mean, is there any like spots that it's just like kind of not RNG whether you take damage, but like sometimes you just can't help it, or is it all pretty fair?
Leading up to Hornet, it's pretty fair. If you like this room, you can kind of take damage, but you can also slow down to avoid the damage if you really need to not. Most of the damage is like that. Whoops. Where you could just, you could avoid it if you just kind of slowed down. But we need to take 2 hits on the way to Hornet. So like if you're going for like, absolute speed, sometimes you'll take those hits on purpose because you're gonna have to take 2 eventually. Hornet, on the other hand, it's pretty rare that you get put into a spot where, like, you get hit without you messing up, but it can happen. Sometimes she can just, like, super walk through your, like she, like, tanks through your nail hit, I swear, and she'll, like, move forward at, like, such an aggressive pace, it's actually kind of hard to not get hit.
Did you actually have to do 2 shots there to get on that ledge, or is that just safe?
You don't have to. Yeah, you can do 1 fireball on all of these, but, it's, like, especially since we have Soul Catcher and we get more soul per nail hit, it actually doesn't slow us down to, other than the actual shot. The shot loses, like, I think it was 0.35.
Okay.
Doing a second one. So yeah, you could 1 fireball all of them, but it's just way more difficult. It's a lot tighter frame-wise. So we're gonna try to double hit this guy with a fireball. Oh, we got it! Nice. I'm not 100% on that.
Okay.
Doesn't really matter, you can just shoot it
clean.
but it saves a little bit of time. Oh my god, that wasn't. Jump on the ledge.
No one saw that. Everyone blinked.
Yeah.
Simultaneously during.
Yeah, they were all like, "Wow, that double fireball was sick," and then they forgot about the other part. So yeah, now we have full health or full soul, and we're gonna get hit 1 more time on purpose here. Cool. All right, so Hornet, I love you. Please don't bully me. That would be really cool. This is probably, so as far as like ratio between like danger and time that you lose walking back, this is probably the worst place to die. There's another place that's ridiculously bad to die, but I could always just like play safer in that area, which is what I'm gonna do.
How do checkpoints work exactly? Because I thought it's like benches, or is that not necessarily how they work?
90% of the time, oh my goodness, it's benches. Every once in a while, there are hard saves, like after you beat certain bosses.
You try to commentate while doing this boss fight with 1 HP. Easy.
Fight's a lot shorter with Fury, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is going to give us the Mothman Cloak, aka the dash ability. But yeah, so we're going to save quit back to that bench. Yeah, like I was saying, the benches are normally where you quit, or where it saves, but like there's going to be a boss later, like Soul Master, that as soon as you pick up the dive ability he gives you, it's going to automatically hard save you there. So there are going to be spots where people are like, oh, why don't you just like bench here and then go kill the Watcher Knights and get the Dreamer and then save quit. And it's like, well, because the Dreamer's hard save you. So we can't do that. So yeah, we're going to make our way over to the probably the most important ability in the game. I think it probably is. It's the wall jump or the Mantis Claw. And the Mantis Claw is where I always say like the movement really opens up. Like the dash is nice. It makes the movement feel a little bit nicer, but being able to wall jump and like infinitely, and it's not like Celeste where you kind of like have to neutral jump to get, you know, height. You can just wall jump up immediately, like indefinitely. First, we're gonna make a little pit stop.
So you're
over
just
here
doing a little
to
bit of menuing during the
notch.
falls, or does that actually like change something within the game?
Oh yeah, so the inventory drop where I'm opening up the charm menu as I fall is a way to it uncaps your fall speed, as well as when you hit the ground after falling for too long. It's not even distance, it's actually time that you're in the air. You do this like hard superhero landing basically, and when you do it with the inventory and you close it at the right time, it gets rid of that hard fall completely. So you can fall as long as you want, and as long as you close it at the right time, you can just immediately move. So yeah, now we have our 4th charm notch, which means we are not overcharmed anymore, so we're not taking double damage.
That's really interesting that it's more based off of how like the time you're spent in the air rather than the actual distance.
Yeah. Yeah, because you can like in debug mode you can, you know, no clip and just sit in midair and you won't be moving at all. Obviously you'll just be like hovering, and like you'll start to hear it and you'll like see your character kind of do this little animation where you can tell you're gonna hard fall if you hit the ground. Alright, so we're gonna do the explosion pogo here. Whoop. That was partially patched out. You can still do it, it's just a lot harder. And we're gonna try to do the double dash mantis pogo here. We need to hit this lever, kill him. Oh no, that's so unfortunate. Alright, we're fine. Just have to let them come over here.
So this is 106%.
No, we're not
okay.
fine.
This is 106%. So are like there's I'm assuming there's a lot of skips that you wouldn't be doing because you need to collect stuff, or as every skip, or are you really just gonna be doing every skip that you do in any percent?
No, yeah, there's definitely skips that we're not going to be doing because we have to like go around to get stuff. But for the most part, it's not like ridiculously like we're going to be doing a lot of skips that allow us to just like get to certain places easier. But yeah, we do have to collect a lot, especially charms and grubs. Whoops. Why are you there? So we're gonna go open this. So this lever that I'm coming to right here opens the floor. And below that is the Mantis Lords fight, but we're not going to come there until later. Why are you here? Thank you.
So, you don't play on controller, or at least you used to.
Yes, I used to play on a DS4 controller. Actually, I used to use analog stick because I don't really like D-pad. Whoops. We're going to end up benching in the city. It's
interesting
fine.
for a 2D platformer because you pretty much just want those cardinal directions.
Yeah, exactly. The diagonals don't do anything, and like tilting doesn't do anything. Like barely pushing the stick. It's all or nothing. But after a while, I got sick of the port on the top of the DS4 controller would start to like deteriorate over like 2 or 3
I've
months.
gone through 3 controllers.
Exactly. I went through like 7 in 1 year. I swear.
Not surprised.
And I just got tired of it. So mid 2020, I just decided to go all or nothing and buy a $200 Smashbox because I don't really like keyboard. And yeah, I'd say I've it took me like 2 or 3 weeks to adjust to it, and then once I did, I think I'm better on the Smashbox than I ever was on controller now.
Do you feel like it's actually easier on your hands as well? Or is it like better that you
do.
can kind of like, I mean, you can rest a controller in your lap. That's kind of why I like it compared to keyboard, but bringing up the Smashbox, you get to do the exact same thing. So that makes it pretty enticing.
The Smashbox is actually in my lap.
Yeah, I know. Do you play Smash, or were you just like interested in?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I play Melee.
Do you play Melee with a Smashbox?
Big fan of Melee. Yes, sir.
Okay.
It took me way longer to get it took me way longer to get good at Melee. I'm just starting to get to the point where I'm like even close to what I was on controller.
That's
also
a
this
very rough transition compared to a two. I mean, it's like the analog stick helps a lot. Let's just say that.
Yeah, for sure. So one thing, we're gonna be trying to do these elevator wall cling storages, which are really cool. No, that's unfortunate. You know what?
No,
shit. I want to show it off. It's too cool.
We're going back up.
Yeah, we're going back up. I'm honestly gonna reset the room because I don't know those guys are gonna be in the wrong spot. So I actually want to show this off too much. They're too cool. They just are so. I mean, I might not even get all 3. If you do, then you actually can skip like a whole little pogo thing. But there we go. Oh, I only got the first one. That's fine.
What
normally you can basically the game's like you can dash. The way you do it makes the game think you're still on the wall, but you have the speed as if you were dashing. And if you jump on the first physics frame that you touch the ground, then you can do it again, and you can chain 3 of them together. And basically, I had to pogo on that little guard guy 3 times to get up there. You can get up there without even touching him. You just wall jump off of nothing. And yeah, it's pretty cool.
Super weird physics, but it looked cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna have another one much later. It's in like the hour and a half, hour 45 mark. They're all kind of difficult. They're really precise, but they're really cool when you pull them off. All right, so that was Lim. You sell the relics. Relics aren't a percentage, but they're a very fast way to get geo. Oh, and right there. I just did a lot of things. So I hit the lever through the wall, which you can't do on patches after this. I also just hit that grub through the wall, which you can't do on patches after this. And then I did a little wall cling storage, which is where if you dash into a wall as it like a gate as it goes away, then again you keep your dash speed and it thinks you're on a wall.
Are you trying to say Team Cherry patched out all the fun?
They really did. Right there. Just hit that through the wall. Can't do that. You can't do anything cool. It's sad, but I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to make their game less buggy, which no pun intended. Oh, I'm gonna hit that lever through the wall and the little gates. Oh, I did too early. Oh no, I got it.
I'm sure they still appreciate speedruns of their game, regardless of patches it's done.
Oh, they do, yeah.
Because, I mean, they were pretty supportive of like the GDQ runs, right?
Yeah. They donated 10K during mine. They actually have somebody named Greg who does Pantheon 5 speedruns.
Oh, really?
So they do like speedrunning. It is cool, but they just I mean some of the stuff I feel like was just we got caught in the crossfire. There's like 1 or 2 things that we were like, you could have just left that alone and nobody would have noticed, but whatever.
Yeah, at least it's a PC game. You can just play on the patch you like. I always respect that.
Yeah. So my initial plan for this boss was to go to the bench that we're supposed to go to after the boss.
You're killing yourself.
That way, if I die with if I die with 1 health during the fight, I would be really close. But I forgot to do that, so let's just not die.
Just don't get hit, forehead.
Yeah.
The animations in this game are dope. They make everything look so epic.
Yeah. And that's the thing. One of the coolest parts of this game is it lives and dies by its movement. And when I say that, you might be thinking like, oh, so you're saying like the stuff outside of boss fights and outside of combat is the best part. No. Boss fights are movement. Like, that's why the movement is so important in this game, because even the boss fights are like, it's all about how you position yourself and where you decide to like move in, you know, for like hits and stuff. I'm not taking that chance. There we go. Could have played more risky around that orb, but I really didn't want to die.
Are the bosses 100% consistent, like cycle-wise, as long as you are 100% consistent in your movement?
Not at all.
Oh, so it's all a reaction game.
Yeah. There are apparently consistencies as far as bosses go if you start the game on like the same exact like global timer, which is why just recently they've been able to task stuff like the Pantheon of Hollownest. But obviously that's kind of out of our control, so...
Is there a full task of this game?
Yeah. No. There's so many inconsistencies and RNG things about this game that they've been able to task very specific small things, like the Pantheon of Hollownest and Path of Pain and stuff. But as far as like the full game, ow.
He says ow, as if it just actually hurt him through the monitor.
Yeah, it hit me. It hit me in real life.
In the soul, that's where it actually matters.
It really does. Alright, so we're going to try to do a move called Fake Dive. It didn't give it to me, that's rude. Oh well. So there's a move right there where, if you saw, we just passed up a grub. Ow.
Ooh.
And, God,
they're just keeping your ego in check, dude.
They really are. So there's a grub there, and we have to get every grub in this run, because if you get every grub, you get a charm at the end. But that grub is, like, we're gonna have to come back to this area anyway, so you can do a move called Fake Dive where it's RNG as to whether you get it, but whoops, you can dive the very side of that breakable floor, and it'll break the floor without you actually going through it, so that way you can just drop down and get the grub instead of going all the way around like the game expects you to. But since I didn't get Fake Dive, that means later when we kill the second version of that boss, we're gonna have to just take a little 10-second detour and go get that grub. Not a big deal. It's almost what constitutes a reset for me, but sometimes I'll keep going if I...
Oh, you can reset. I mean, we have time.
So this is the bench I'm going to come over here and get that I was planning on doing before the boss just in case I died, but I forgot, so... But that ends the Fury 1 HP boss section. None of the other bosses we should have to do at 1 HP.
You should do it anyways, just because, you know, for the fans.
Yeah. So the other charm, we just replaced Fury with a charm called Soul Twister. So normally, the soul meter is a 1 through 100 thing, and each nail hit gives you 11 soul, and each spell costs 33. Well, with Soul Catcher, the one we've had on, the second charm we put on, that makes it go from 11 to 14. So it basically just means I think it's every fourth hit you get an extra hit of soul, if that math checks out. And then the other charm I just put on is called Spell Twister, and it makes it to where instead of spells costing 33, they cost 24. So now we're getting 14 soul per hit, and then they're costing 24. So it's almost like every 2 hits we can do a spell. Or it is like every 2 hits we can do a spell.
That's really nice. So you're just going to be using spells all the time then, since you just have easy access to them at this point.
Yep. Do a little move called a look down right there. Saves like 1 second. Makes the bell come up early for some reason. We don't know why. Alright, so this is the other area that I just absolutely cannot die. Otherwise, like that bench that I put that charm on is the last time we're going to see a bench for like 5 minutes.
I mean, what's the risk?
Gonna get that grub. Yeah, just, you know, walking all the way back. That sounds like fun. And we're gonna take 1 or 2 intentional damages. No, 3 intentional damages. And so if I take like unintentional damage, I'm probably gonna stop to heal, just because it's kind of catastrophic. Getting hit here on accident is really rough. So we're gonna make our way into Crystal Peaks, one of the coolest areas of the game. There's Mila down there. She's already there's a whole category around killing her that I used to have world record in.
Sounds like a pretty important category.
I'm pretty proud of the thumbnail for that one, to be honest. So, this area is very cycle-based. Oh, we're going to try to do a move right here called Pogaxe, where we're going to use the thrown pickaxe to pogo off it to get up into this ledge.
Ooh, that's really cool.
Yeah. Saves a little bit of time depending, or the amount of time you save depends on whether that glimback, which is those things with the spikes on them, is over to the left or right. I think he was over to the right, so it actually saved the maximum amount of time.
So did they just patch most of the nail through walls, or like just in general, it just doesn't work. Like,
it works on enemies, which is what they intended. Oh,
just
God.
not grubs.
Nice, let's go.
Because grubs are supposed to be hidden paths that you're supposed to kind of go through and discover for yourself.
Not grubs and not levers. Which later on we're gonna get nail arts, especially the dash slash, which allows us to like hit really far through walls. And like, yeah, you can still hit enemies, which is what they meant, you know, through walls and floors if they do connect. But yeah, grubs and levers you can't, which becomes a really big deal later. So I'm gonna hit that lever. I'm gonna hit this lever as well. We'll play it safe here. There's two ways to do this room on these cycles. One of them involves damage taking on purpose and saves about 1 second. The other one is slower by 1 second, but you don't get hit. And I would like to not get hit, so we're going to avoid that.
Ooh.
Yeah, a lot of these lasers look like I'm like dashing into them, but like they're just going away right as I get there. A little underplat action.
You could have just like not said that though, so people thought it was just like, holy crap, this guy. I
barely avoided it. Yeah.
Holy crap.
So this is a Crystal Heart, aka the Super Dash, aka the C Dash. It allows us to do this.
Ooh.
And you can go indefinitely until you hit like a wall, or if you hit an enemy that doesn't die, it'll stop you. But little Super Saiyan fly.
It was one of my favorite upgrades.
It's really fun. Like it makes you especially when I got it when I was playing casually, I was like, okay, what's the highest ledge I can do this on?
Yeah.
Cool. I didn't get hit right there, which is it's not RNG. It's RNG whether that guy's over to the right, and your reaction time has to be really fast to avoid him if he goes over to the right. But luckily he wasn't, so didn't get hit. Oh, okay. Well then I suck. That one's way more lenient, and I normally don't get hit there, but whatever.
Crazy how many times in 106% you're going all the way out to this random room just for a single grub, and then you're going all the way back.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, so like, what makes you like this category more than like, 'cause this is your most ranked category than like any percent or any of the other ones?
Yeah, it is my most. So it's almost tied with True Ending for me. I really love True Ending. It's just I've had record for like 16 months and running against my own record after I like got a certain number barrier that I wanted, which was 105. I kind of just like lost motivation to run it anymore until somebody beats me. But I do really love 106, and it has a lot of room to show off your skills in like every aspect of the game. Since you have to fight. Oh, I'm so bad at this game. Never mind. Remember showing off skills? Oh, I'm bad. It's fine.
We're all good.
We're fine. Unless I could actually take 2 damage right there if it combos me into the spikes. Luckily, I didn't.
Dude, so many of these micro optimizations. If you guys are really paying attention to his movement, it is so enjoyable to watch. Like just seeing him like not like you'll go up to like where I think you're gonna like wall jump, but instead you're hitting the needle down to hit like spike.
Yeah, to poke off the spikes. Yeah,
get a little bit more boost instead.
Yeah. And the funny part is there's even a bunch that I'm not doing. Like I'll watch other runners. That's what's really cool about the game is like I'll see other runners and I'll see that they like. I'm like, oh wow, I didn't know that like background object was pogoable, and they'll use that to like kind of chain dashes together. Because you get your dash back after you pogo. You also get your double jump back once we get double jump, which is really cool. So you can stay off the ground for like a long time if you just keep pogoing off stuff. But what we got in that crystallized mount, I think it's called, is the upgrade to the dive. So I actually don't remember how much damage the original dive does, the one that we got from Soulmaster, but this one does 88 if all 3 parts of it connect.
You wanna explain what's going on in game?
Yeah. So this is a big lore moment. We're about to get an item called the Dream Nail, and which I like to call the Lore Sword, because you can't beat the game without this item. It's impossible. Well, without like super duper heavy glitches, I think you can, but like obviously we're not doing that.
Are these guys your friends or your enemy?
This moth is our friend. His name the Seer. And she's gonna give us. So the 3 dreamers that like locked us in this place are not really like enemies, but they think that you're bad for the world, so they try to trap you here, and the Seer lets you get out. And this is the Dream Nail. The Dream Nail, you can Dream Nail any enemy or NPC, and you can like read their thoughts. If you Dream Nail an enemy, then you get Soul, which actually becomes really, really useful later. But in order to interact with the Dreamers, you need the Dream Nail, and in order to beat the game, you have to interact with all 3 Dreamers.
He was like asleep, and you're still moving with him?
Yeah, that's the, somebody drew a comic of that whenever I did my run at GDQ, and I loved it. So we're gonna get
like,
this
wake
little
the
another
fuck
charm
up.
over there. All right.
Speed running.
Yeah, no time, dude.
How much time does, I'm assuming, are you playing on Japanese? I wasn't really paying attention.
Chinese.
Okay. I wasn't actually paying attention. Just guessing.
Yeah, no, you're fine. For Chinese, so for any percent, where the only significant like dialogue, the main significant dialogue part is just selling 3 relics to the limb, and just the dialogue from limb alone saves like 30 seconds on being on Chinese as opposed to English. And in this category, I mean, it's impossible to like time all of the instances where there's dialogue because there's a shit ton, but I would estimate somewhere around 5 minutes. It's a lot. And D-Dark just kind of makes quick work of that boss.
So like in that previous room, you got the grub and then you damaged to reset the room. Is there any time that when you're resetting the room like that you would actually lose progress, so you just avoid it? Or as long as you like make the check, are you fine?
No, there's a couple of especially dark rooms in this game, which we're gonna see 2 or 3 of them. If you ever take damage to like a hazard like that, like spikes in a dark room, it puts you way at the start. So there's gonna be times like there's a charm called Joni's Blessing that we're gonna go get. That if I take damage to like the spikes in that room, I am so screwed. I have to like leave the room, get the amount of soul that I need, which is 2/3, and then go back in, like reset it. Otherwise, like all the cycles are gonna be messed up. But that room literally only has that grub in it, so that's all we need. I swear you can get past that enemy like 1 out of every like 50 runs. It's so rare.
I see why you want to like constantly farm for the power-ups, because you're just zooming all across the place.
Yeah. Yeah, like we're gonna be fighting a lot of bosses with like 5 health, which they expect you to have like way more. But here in about 15 minutes, 10 minutes, we're gonna get the Fluke Nest, and you're gonna see how much it just literally breaks the game. Which this whole category was rerouted in order to get Fluke Nest earlier because of how powerful it is. That's the Elegant Key. Literally, we stopped to get the Shopkeeper's Key in Crystal Peak so that we could buy the Elegant Key. So we got a key to buy a key. And that key is going to allow us to get into this room right here. So we can get the upgrade to the Fireball.
I might have missed the explanation. Why are you reloading a lot at times?
Like saving, like quitting to the main menu. That's how we fast travel back to the last bit.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was like any other way to do that in the game.
Yeah. Whoops. So I'm gonna try to do a trick called the Folly Skip. It's kind of hard to explain in a. Hold on. I'm trying to keep a Folly alive so I can do it, but.
They're not giving you a break.
No, they're not. All right.
Okay. Oh, you're bringing them with you.
Good. Yeah. So we're gonna bring them up here. Hit that, and then this allows us to get hit during that cutscene, so we can get out of here.
Nice. That's a really cool trick.
You have to make sure that you have to make sure that that save icon on the bottom right actually registers, or else you'll leave before you get the upgrade, and it kind of sucks. I have lost multiple runs to that.
I can imagine.
Alright, so we're going to make our way back up to Soul Tyrant, which, that's another thing about the Dream Nail, is it allows you to fight Dream Warriors, which are normally not that hard of bosses. They have like 2 attacks. Oops. And, it also allows you to fight Dream Bosses, which are harder upgraded versions of previous fights. So this is the Soul Master, but his harder version called the Soul Tyrant. This boss is also incredibly RNG and can be super duper annoying, but it can also go really fast if you're lucky. This is like a big swing point as far as like world record attempts go.
Like you're constantly resetting on this, or is this not?
Yeah,
or, okay.
If I don't get like I could lose anywhere between like 20-25 seconds, or I can like have like a monster gold. You're trying to get double hits with these fireballs, so you want to have him teleport like into like the second part of the fireball.
Oh.
Each one of these fireballs are doing 40 damage. Oh, I'm bad. We're fine.
Was that a double hit right there?
Yep.
Okay.
Ah. Can you stop? And this is what he does, is he just like teleports left, right, left, right. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, we're fine. If he spawns on the ground, we are super fine. If he spawns in the air, we're screwed. After he's done with these little dives.
Good luck.
I mean, not screwed,
Yeah.
it's just gonna be harder.
You gotta react a little bit better.
Oh, that's rude. Alright.
Oh my
So,
god.
the reason why this is bad is because we have to go get that grub.
Oh my god. That's so scary. All of that.
We have to go get that grub, and being at 1 health is really bad because we have to avoid these flying guys here in a second. So yeah, that's why I really needed him to spawn on the ground, because the dive attack does more damage. Like all those fireballs are doing 40, that dive does 88, and also it gives you a ton of iframes, so you can sit there and just chain dives together and never get hit. Whereas if he's in the air, I have to fireball over and over and risk getting hit by those fireballs that are right behind me. Got the grub. Yeah, wastes about 10 seconds if you have to do it there, which we did.
That's nice that you're actually able to just like reload your bench.
Yeah.
Like now I understand better what you're doing. Like, gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. Yep. There's a lot of instances. Like, we're gonna get an ability called the Dream Gate eventually, which allows us to set like points where you can use a very oh, whoops, I'm bad.
Okay, we're good.
You can use a very expendable resource to set like a spot on the ground, and you can teleport back to it. But we don't have it yet. But so yeah, our only fast travel ways are quitting back to benches and the stags. Sell one more relic to Lim. We're gonna come to him like 7 times in this run. Luckily, he's pretty convenient.
Chat is really wanting you to get this Dash Master.
There's a whole meme about it, because every casual thinks that like, oh, it's an ability that allows you to dash more often. Should be super fast for speedrunning, but it's really not. Especially because once you would be able to get Dash Master, you already have Crystal Dash, which makes Dash Master like not useful at all. So,
sounds like you just don't want to go
fast.
fast.
Copy pasta.
It's okay though.
You're right. You're right. I don't want to go fast.
Thought you were the world record holder. Actually a fraud.
You know what? While we're at it, why don't we just get Dash Master and Sprint Master, which makes you walk faster? I'm pretty infamous for doing the noises that these guys make. I can do it really well. I won't do it, but
yes, you will. No,
I can. Don't test me.
So it seemed like there was
Alright, so,
no way to
this
not
is
take damage in that room.
Oh, this is a glitch that got patched out.
Oh, what the heck?
Just continually hits him over and over. Yeah, and this is flukeness. So we're gonna save quit back to the bench and immediately put it on, and we're gonna take it off a couple times during the run, but anytime where we need to do big damage, that charm will be on. So you're gonna see me fight. You're gonna see me fight one of the fan favorite bosses, Dung Defender, but this fight is gonna be like 10 seconds.
This guy's using glitches and exploits in their game.
Easy, why don't you explain to us the difference between a glitch
Get
and
him out of
exploit?
here. Oh boy, you guys got an hour?
I thought this Mirror's Edge run was glitchless. Alright, so old Dungy Defender.
You're getting very philosophical over here. You don't understand how deep this is.
So we're gonna interrupt his little intro.
Really, you can just hit him during that?
Yeah, and then and he's dead.
Why didn't even give him a chance? Dude, he's been training his whole life up to this moment, and he's like, listen, dude.
He didn't. It's okay. He's gonna get revenge later.
All right.
There's a second version of that boss, and it is also one of the biggest. Like, it's right near the end of the run, and he can just be completely rude and waste like 25 seconds, and it's really rough. So he gets to play during that fight. But yeah, so what happens with Fluke Nest is it takes your fireball. Oh wait, hold on. I wanted to first try that. Oh, I wanted to second try it. Oh my goodness. Okay, no, that's bad.
He'll be fine, guys. He's professional.
Whoops.
My God.
That's rude. Fine. I don't have another way to get souls, so I'm just gonna quit back to the bench.
It's not worth it to just like try and yellow it, or?
No, it's really not. I'll give me a chance to say what I was gonna say anyway. So basically, what the shit was I saying? Hold, please. Oh yeah. So Fluke Nest, the charm, it takes your fireball, which normally does 40 damage, and depending on how powerful your fireball is, it upgrades it by shooting out these 16 little flukes, which are those things.
Oh.
Yeah, and each of those do 16 damage for a total of 112. So it absolutely shreds everything it touches.
Crap. That sounds broken.
Yeah. It's very broken. This charm has been changed like 5 times. Oh my god, I can't get it. Hello? Oh my god, I got this like 30 times in a row yesterday. Oh, hello? Hello? Okay, Jesus. Oh, they phantom patch it out?
I told you they were, like, I told them. I literally messaged them. I told them what you're doing right now, and they don't appreciate it at all.
I'm gonna go ahead and play this a little safe.
Getting those guys out of there.
Yeah. So we're gonna do a little trick right here. And you set your spawn point up there, because we're gonna intentionally drop into this acid here in a second. And we're gonna get Ismasteer. So Ismasteer allows us to swim into the acid without dying, or without getting hit. Just becomes normal water for us.
So it was just a little bit faster to like go through the skip, or I guess I'm not understanding what you skipped to get to that.
Which part?
Because didn't you like have to like skip through the acid to get to there, or was that the intended route?
Yeah. So no, yeah, going around is the intended route. It's just really like a lot longer.
Okay.
But yeah, those acid skips just allow us to like not have to go all the way around in that room.
Oh.
That's the worst one you can get hit to. We're fine. We're coming up on a base.
You just go for that and then like hope he doesn't turn around.
Yep. They can be higher and you can just go under them, or they can. Whoop! I just thought it was in the next room. Or they can be too low and they'll stop you. Boop. All right. So now we're gonna grab this bench and then we're gonna make our way over to Broken Vessel, which is where we get the the Monarch Wings, aka the double jump. Put your predictions in chat. This is there's these RNG enemies that I can potentially get hit to, and so they're guessing how many times I'm gonna get hit to them, and then there's a skip right after that. That's not like that. It's not very easy. And they're guessing how many times it's going to take me to get the skip. So only one of these is like a guaranteed hit. It's this one right here. We're always going to get hit to that one. see if we can avoid this guy. Nice.
Okay.
And last one here. All right.
Ooh,
only one.
Very clean.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
They're guessing how many times I get hit to the Molochs. That's not. Oh, 1 and 1. Wow. All right, who got 1 and 1? All right, so this boss actually has a surprising amount of health, but again, you're gonna see what Flukeness can do to it.
Oh my gosh.
And he's dead.
What?
Yeah. Fluke Nest is not fair.
That's ridiculous.
And the best part about Fluke Nest is, so those are the what we're about to fight is the Dream Boss, but the Dream Warriors are actually bosses that their health scales with how many nail upgrades you have. So the fact that we have 0 nail upgrades means they have the lowest possible health, but we have something that does 112 damage, so they almost all of them die to like 2 flukes. It's just over. Which is a part of the reason why we avoid getting any nail upgrades for a while anyway, as well as the fact that it's just super out of the way and inconvenient. So we save them all for the end. And again, we don't care about nail damage. Like, nail damage is just a way to get soul. I'm 1 hit low on soul right here, which makes this fight a little bit more annoying, but we're fine. These are some of the best places to die, because you just spawn right outside the boss. We're fine.
So if those things spawn, does that means that they didn't hit?
Yeah. Right there, like, around him.
You can kind of visualize just how much damage that is really doing then.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That boss has one of the highest health pools in the game. But Flukeness does not care. So we're gonna get the essence from him. He's a man of few words. Little bow. And now before we save and quit, we're gonna go save 1 grub over here. Ominously quiet.
So what's the, like, what's the point of saving the grubs? Like, they're just not evil grubs?
No, yeah, well, there are mimic grubs. We haven't seen any yet, but the grubs in the jars they got captured by a boss called the Collector, and there's an NPC called the Grub Father who is like wants them back, obviously, because they're his kids, and for every grub that you get, he gives you a reward, and so like most grubs are Geo. And every like 5 or 10 grubs, it's like an item that he can give you. And for getting all 46 in the game, he gives you a charm called Grubberfly's Elegy. But you need, like, every charm is a percentage, so you have to get them. If you miss 1 grub, then obviously you won't you won't get the charm.
I've played Hollow Knight, haven't finished it, and barely followed the lore just because the person I was playing with skipped most of it. Like, while they were doing, like, we passed off the controller, they'd skip half the lore, and then, like, I'm not gonna, like, just listen to half of it. So.
Yeah.
I never really caught most of it.
Some people will tell you that the Grub Father is evil. Don't listen to those people. They're wrong. Because, spoiler alert, if you get every grub in the game, and then he gives you the charm, and then you leave and go bench and then come back, you'll see Grubfather, instead of up in his little hole, he'll be on the floor, and he'll be a giant, like, sphere, and all of his grubs will be inside of him. And everyone thinks that he's a monster because they think that he ate them, but that is incorrect. He is actually a cocoon for them as they become, like, they get their wings, and he's actually sacrificing himself to become their cocoon. So he is not evil. He's a nice guy. He's a selfless father. And we love good dads around here, especially the day before Father's Day. Most of the bugs in this game are actually based on real real insects, and the grubs are not an exception. They are a real thing. But if you like, everyone loves how cute they look, but if you see how they look in real life, they're absolutely like nightmarish, horrifying. That was rude. So don't look up what grubs look like in real life. They're scary. Oh, one cool thing. So you'll see me do a double jump followed by a pogo followed by another double jump a lot to like get a lot of height really quickly. But if you'll notice, after my pogo, I'll do a turnaround. For some reason, if you turn around after a pogo, it allows your double jump to come out faster. So it's just a little optimization movement-wise. That's really cool.
I didn't even know, I didn't even realize that's why you were doing that.
Yeah.
Game has a lot of depth.
This guy does 2 damage per hit. Yeah. Aww. You want your fireballs to triple hit?
Okay.
Like that.
Just like that.
Whoops. Yep. And that should be the fight. This is one of the hardest bosses casually for me. This took me a lot of tries, especially because he does 2 damage, and I was a very like damage tank, hold forward, like try to DPS race them type of player, and you can't do that.
A lot of these bosses take multiple tries. You have to figure out the patterns. I mean, just like any type of game like this, 2D platformer.
Yeah, boss centric kind of game. Yeah. But like I said, I really do like that boss specifically is actually a very, very big like movement type of boss, because you can fall into this rhythm that makes it to where the boss is a lot easier. Because if you saw in the first phase, I was like dashing toward him. Where am I? Oh yeah, I was like dashing toward him, getting 2 hits, and then I would dash away and then jump over. And like if you do that rhythm over and over, you can actually get like a lot of hits in without ever taking damage. But if you fall out of the rhythm, that boss can go very poorly very quickly. And I just really like how it emphasizes your like positioning and movement really well. So we're gonna get, oh, this is where we get the Dream Gate. Whoops. So it's gonna allow us to set a spawn point anywhere we want, and then you can use 1 essence to teleport back to it. And essence are what you get for defeating Dream Warriors and Dream Bosses.
Cool. If you guys are enjoying the stream so far, a reminder, if you're watching on YouTube, you can drop a like. Helps us out. Also, make sure you check out Vysuals on Twitch. If you're watching over on YouTube, should be linked in the description. But that's Vysuals like with a Y and then TV, right?
Yep. Vysuals TV. You know the reason that I'm not Vysuals on Twitch?
Why is that?
Because back in the day, they used to have these giveaways on Twitch before you could ever change your username at all. Or they used to have these giveaways on Twitter to allow you to change your username. And they were like, oh, hey, we're only doing this for now, and then eventually you'll be able to like change it yourself. And so I was like, oh, I don't want anybody to take Vysuals. So I went and reserved it myself. And guess who forgot the info?
Oh,
me.
No way.
So I have the Vysuals Twitch account, and I don't know what the info is.
No way, dude.
Yeah. I'm really smart, I promise. Alright, so that's actually what we just went past right there is actually the start of the game. And if you have double jump and the wall jump, you can get up here. And up and to the right is actually in the cutscene that I skipped, obviously, because we're speedrunning, is where the knight kind of like stands at the edge looking at the city and then jumps down. And that's like how you start the game. But yeah, this is an area called the Howling Cliffs. And this is the first nailsmith we're gonna... Not nailsmith, sorry. Nail master that we're gonna meet, named... Crap. It's either Aura or Mato. I don't remember, dude.
But, okay.
Yeah. No, his name is either Aura or Mato. They look exactly the same. Just one gives you Cyclone Slash, one gives you Great Slash. and you'll see the first usage of Cyclone Slash here in a second.
Looks like chat's saying Mato or Mato.
It's Mato,
something
okay,
like that. I don't know.
Mato, yeah. Also, yeah, that was a full boss right there. Because
what the heck? That was a boss.
Busted. Yeah, that was a Dream Warrior. So it's like the loosest definition of boss, but technically, yes, it is a boss. All the Dream Warriors just get shredded by Fluke Nest. And that's one of the instances where his health would be higher if I had nail upgrades. Because they don't expect you to have a 5 damage nail and 112 damage fireball. And we're going to see our first usage of... our first dark room here in a second, where I have to go through this whole area without being able to see very well because I don't have the lantern yet.
Is there gonna be any bosses that you're not just like insanely overpowered for?
A couple near the end. Nightmare King Grim, I'm not over. Like, even with 112 damage, it's just he has a ton of health and he does 2 damage per hit. Almost died to him in my world record, actually. Sometimes he could just be rude. But a lot of these bosses are like you're seeing how they go correctly, but like there's a couple bosses that like if you don't, like Dung Defender can get really out of hand really fast, especially because you need health for after the fight to do like that spike tunnel skip and the acid skips. I need that hit. Also, those spikes right there, if I fall into them, I just start this whole room over.
These rooms look sketchy.
There again, it's one of those things where it looks easy, and then I know it doesn't look like that easy, but like the way I do it looks pretty easy, pretty consistent. But if anything goes wrong whatsoever, it's just like 30 seconds of time lost because it can just everything can just fall apart.
Man, it can't be that easy. You literally can't see.
This is Cyclone Slash. Oh wait, hold on. This is Cyclone Slash right here.
Spin to win.
There's gonna be 3. Yeah, spin to dude. We're Garen. We're going to, there's going to be 3 nail arts in the game. They basically are just like, charge attacks. We don't use them for combat too much until we get to the Coliseum, where we use them almost exclusively. They're super powerful.
Assuming in the Coliseum, you just have to fight like a bunch of enemies at once.
Yeah, it's just wave after, it's just wave after wave of enemies, and it's actually, other than a couple of enemies, it's pretty consistent as far as like the strat for everything is like 90% effective. The frogs, unfortunately, are not part of that group. They are just super RNG and annoying. Little trap chest right there. Gonna get their charm. Again, we gotta get every charm in the game because their percentages.
Would you consider yourself a completionist, or is it just like happen to be this is one of the games that you like to 100% speedrun?
If I like the game enough, I do consider myself a completionist. I mean, that's the reason I started speedrunning this game in the first place, was I wanted to play it more, but I ran out of things to do because I beat the game, so I decided to get all the achievements, and one of the achievements is beat it in under 5 hours. And then I discovered that I really liked playing fast and having a timer, so...
Developers should take notes of that. If you just make an achievement, beat the game under this amount of time, it doesn't have to be anything like crazy at all. It's more of just something that somebody who has beaten a game and then plays it again and beats it again will, like 99% of the time, achieve that accomplishment.
Yep. Yeah, and that's it used to be 3 hours. They actually made it more, because there's one for 5 hours and then there was one for 3 hours, and they, I don't know, nerfed it or whatever. Made it easier, made it 5 hours. And that's what people are like, oh my god, hey, I got to this part of the game in an hour and 45 minutes. Am I on pace? And it's like, you could literally take a 3-hour nap and you'd still be fine. Like, doing 80%, like, my first 80% run ever was an hour and 52 minutes. And that was with dying to the Watcher Knights, like, not exaggerating, like 25 times. But yeah. Here's Un. Giant worm thing. He's actually a god in this part of the world.
Huh.
And we're gonna get his charm. And then you're gonna meet Grim. And Grim is one of the coolest NPCs slash bosses in the game. And he's gonna give us his little Grim child. And This is a part of the game that was introduced in the second DLC called the Grim Troop. These tents right here. And it's kind of like a little fetch quest where he gives you this charm, and once you put on the charm, it puts these lanterns around the world, or torches, whatever they are, and you have to like kill the enemy that it spawns. And what's cool about them is he spawns these enemies, and they get progressively harder. There's 3 sets of them, and those enemies kind of mimic the moves that he does as a boss. So it's kind of like training you on how to fight him whenever you eventually get past the little fetch quests, which I always thought was cool.
Yeah, I really like this game's
Also,
design, just like in all aspects.
Yeah, they did a lot of smart things. Game design wise, they did a lot of smart things. Unfortunately, some of the programming stuff is not like, that's what everyone says. They're like amazing game designers, not the best programmers, but whatever. Can't be 10 out of 10 max in every category.
Fair.
So yeah, we're gonna see the first. What are they called? Grimkin? Yeah, Grimkins. Also, this is the only Grim child that's the little thing following me. Is the only good one because he doesn't attack, and his attacks can actually like lag the game, which screws you later. So the fact that he can also stagger bosses, which is going to be annoying later. He shoots a little red fireball, but this one doesn't. He just follows you around. Little baby Grim.
He's cute.
Mm-hmm. Whenever you sit on the bench, he'll sit on the ground and fall asleep. Gate storage? Gate storage, nice. Alright. Whoops.
Yeah, not too much to say really here. You're just kind of cruising through. Would you just collect?
Yeah. So that is a vessel fragment. There are vessel fragments and mass shards, and I golded that segment somehow. That worries me. Okay. But yeah, there are vessel fragments, which once you get 3, you get another little bulb next to your soul meter. Now we can hold 133 instead of 100. And then the mass shards, obviously, once you get 4, they're just like Zelda hearts. Once you get 4, you get another mass. Another point of health. I do really like this room coming up right here. It's just a kind of nice little platforming section. It's fun. Avoid these spikes. Whoops, I'm really low. It's fine. Oh! I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get over that.
Ooh. Clean.
So, after we do a couple things in here in the green path, we're going to save quit back to Dirtmouth, and we are going to, go back to the Crystal Peaks for our second visit. This game actually kind of reminds me of Kingdom Hearts 2, in the fact that, like, you go to a lot of areas twice to do stuff you couldn't do the first time. And it's probably one of the most dangerous parts of the run, as far as, like, bosses-wise, because you fight a boss called Crystal Guardian 2, and he does 2 damage per laser, and sometimes the lasers just kind of spawn right on top of you, and it's really annoying. But the lucky part is we put a Dream Gate, like, right before it, so even if we die, it's like 20-30 seconds. Right. Get that relic for Geo later. You have to get a lot of... I mean, like, we need to get, like, almost 7,000 for all the nail upgrades. We need to get 3,000 for the last vessel fragment. Buying everything from Sly and Salubra takes a couple thousand. Like, you need a lot of Geo over the course of the game.
Have you ever gotten to the end of the run, just didn't have enough, and it's just ripped there?
I have indeed. I got to the 2-hour mark where you need to buy the compass and didn't have enough Geo. And that's 220 Geo. It was literally that low, and I just barely didn't have enough. Whoops. Oh, one thing I didn't talk about with the first time I killed the Grimkin is your goal there is to... Well, your number one goal, if you can, is to shoot a fireball and have him get pushed backwards by the fireball and have it double hit, and he dies instantly. But this, I guess if you can't do that, you could do what I just did, where he doesn't attack and you can just shoot 2 fireballs and it's not that much slower. The worst case scenario is if he does an ability and then you shoot a fireball and then he just teleports away and you have to wait for him to respawn. Or like not respawn, but like he just teleports and then comes back.
Yeah. And
so you have to wait, and that's like worst case scenario. But again, it's only like 3 seconds. Alright. Off to Crystal Peaks.
Did you end up getting that double hit on it? That fight ended up being so quick, I really couldn't tell what happened.
That one, no. That one, he just didn't teleport away, so I was just able to shoot 2 fireballs.
Oh, so he doesn't always teleport.
Yeah. Sometimes it just depends on the move he uses. If he does like a really fast one, he could just end up like taking 1 fireball and it's like, I'm out of here. The first one I fought, where I got that gold split, I did double hit him. That actually might have been Comsob, I'm not gonna lie. Alright. Oh, this is the first time you see a Mimic.
Oh, yeah.
They are hella annoying.
Holy crap, those things are kind of scary.
Yeah. If you don't get that Cyclone Slash off right, it can just, like, ruin that whole room. And, like, health is so important here, because, again, we're about to fight 2 bosses in a row. And it's, like, not impossible to take damage to the first one, but it's not that hard to avoid. See? There you go. Teleport away, you gotta wait. And you might have been wondering why I like stood there after when he came back. I just stood there for a second. It's because if I try to jump too early, he'll like mirror my movement, and so I'll jump and he'll go upwards, and then I'll miss my fireball. So I had to wait for him to like start up his move, so I knew he wouldn't move. So yeah, this is the Dream Gate that you can start. This part of the run is like the #1 argument against playing on Steel Soul. Steel Soul is a version of the game whenever you make a new file that is permadeath. So as soon as you die, it like erases your file completely. And the argument of some top runners is like, why would you do that when you could take a death like here and it's only like 20 seconds you can recover from that, because the Dream Gate's right there. But my old records, I used to play on Steel Soul because it was cool, and if I died, I was going to reset anyway.
How do you feel about the DLC that came out for this game?
It's really cool. The only downside is that it's like after all the speed changes. So like casually, I think it's a blast. Like they gave you a whole like arena to fight like bosses with like sort of difficulty modes and like ways to really challenge yourself, which I thought. Oh wait, what am I doing? Which I thought was really cool. It's just unfortunate that like I don't want to speedrun it just because it's, you know, all the stuff I like is. Oh, that was rude.
This is the boss. He said the lasers do 2 damage, right?
That's the first version of it. The second version of it does 2 damage on the lasers. So he jumps up and we're gonna go chase him up there. It's very easy to die here. I have lost a lot of very good runs to this boss. Whoops.
Oh.
Unbelievable. That's not good.
You gonna be alright, Vysuals?
I might. We'll see. Oop. So now we gotta go do a couple things with 1 health.
Should be fine.
Should be alright. Yeah, it would be fine.
Yeah.
Quick question, what's our policy on healing? Oh, we're not healing.
We're not healing. Was that the GDQ we roomed?
Yes.
Can't remember. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, Vysuals and I actually roomed at the GDQ, and he opened the
GDQ 19.
Yeah. If it,
oh no! I'm sorry. We roomed at SGDQ 19.
Okay, dude. It gets really difficult to remember these things because it's been so long since I've been to an event.
Yeah, same. Yeah, the one I played at was the one I shared a room with like 7 people at the Overflow Hotel, which was like the worst thing ever.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. Then the SGDQ, I was like, I'm not making that mistake again. And me and my friend Becca, ideas. Actually, you know ideas, right?
Yeah. Also roomed with her.
Yeah. Which the funny part was, she only slept in the room like 2 nights.
Yeah.
Those double dash
That's how
degens.
GDQ goes. Sometimes you'll, you know, maybe wake up on a 4. Yeah, no, I actually played double dash with them. We did a thing. We did a race in Mario Kart Double Dash where like they had 4 top players and then 4 casuals, and we'd pass off every lap and then see who could win. And then
nice.
the pro players would like coach us. It was a good time.
We decided to play. I dominated Becca in Melee, and so she decided to put on Double Dash to embarrass me, and I didn't want to play after
She's
that.
really good at Double Dash. She was actually my
She's
teammate.
really
She was
good.
my teammate. She was coaching me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's sick. Alright, so we got the first 3 Grimkin flames. And so we're going to come talk to Grim, and he's going to be like, oh, hey, you got all 3 flames. Let me upgrade your child. Boop. So now he shoots fireballs, which can be annoying. Sometimes, like, you need souls, you need to hit an enemy, and Grimkin's like, oh, I'll take care of that. And they're like, no, just stop. He can be annoying. And like I said, there's times where, like, you don't want a boss to stagger, or the boss is staggered, and you need to, like, do something, and he just, like, wants to help out so badly that he like shoots the fireball and unstaggers them, and you're like, oh my god.
Tag me in, coach.
Yeah, he really just wants to help. It's not his fault, but he is annoying. Just like, you know, annoying kids. It's not their fault. Nice. I love that little optimization there. There's that Geo Rock that, you know, it's only like 10, 15 Geo, but if he spawns like on top of it, your fireballs do the first 2 hits. So while you're waiting on him to like actually give you the flame, you can run over there and grab the Geo
why
before
not?
you quit. Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna make our way back to the City of Tears, and you're gonna see Hornet 2 Electric Boogaloo, Revenge of the Void Queen. This fight has ended so many runs. It can be hella annoying. It's a really cool fight, and I'm actually like, not to like brag on it, but I'm really good at the fight. It's just sometimes it can go really wrong.
Dude, why would you say that before you go into the fight? Expectations have
Hey,
never
we're still
been
like 3
higher.
minutes away. We're fine. So the thing is, we're gonna fight her while overcharmed, meaning we're gonna take double damage, and we have to fight an enemy before getting to her that is actually like, I don't have full health getting to the fight like every time. It's pretty common to get hit on the way to her. So sometimes I can fight her on 1 health. Sometimes I can fight her on 3 health, which is essentially 2.
As you get all these abilities, just the movement is just getting better and better.
Yeah. So we don't have fluke nets for this one, unfortunately. Whoops.
Ooh, that's tricky.
Oh, you're alive? What? Oh, okay. That works. Also, right there you see, whenever I Dream Nail a Dream Warrior, this was patched out after this patch as well, you can start a second Dream Nail at the perfect timing, and it starts up, because you can buffer it. So you buffer it, and the game like forgets you're supposed to be locked in place, so you can move. I'm sorry, the game gets confused is the proper vernacular.
I'm sure.
The game gets confused as the nice back air of speedrunning. Alright, so we're gonna go get another vessel fragment up here. I mean, even without Fluke Nest, the fireball's still really powerful. It's just, it's not 112 damage.
I see you're using the spinning blade a little bit.
Yeah, it's good for soul collection, because it's like a lot of hits really fast, so you get a lot of soul.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah. Like right here.
Yeah, that
also
really
use it to
does
break
fill up the
walls
gauge
quickly.
pretty quick.
Yeah. It's fine, we're about to go to a bench anyway.
Yeah, it just gets blown up behind you.
Yeah. Yeah, the Crystal Dash does like a little burst effect, and it can kill enemies, and it's funny. Alright, so we're gonna overcharm. Meaning now we have Fluke Nest and Grimchild. And we have to kill one of these Grimkins, and they are super annoying to kill without Fireball. Because like the range is what makes these fights easy, and since the Fluke Nest shoots them a little arc, you have to get like right next to them to shoot it, and getting right next to them is very annoying, so getting hit here is not uncommon. I tried.
Yeah, this looks very tricky.
Ugh. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. 3 health Hornet, not too bad. Could be worse. Yeah, he has 3 abilities he can do, and like avoiding one of them and getting a hit is very difficult. Avoiding the other 2 is not super difficult, but it's hard to like get over to him fast enough to shoot before he disappears.
This is 106% true ending.
Yeah. Hi, Hornet. So Hornet is not a bad guy. She's only doing this to test you, because she wants to make sure you're strong enough to save Hollow Nest. And so before you can get the King's Brand, which is what she's guarding, you gotta fight her one more time, which is a lot faster. She's got a little Marth counter.
Yeah.
Ow. Nice.
She also have the pivot forward smash.
Yeah. She's the female Zane. So yeah, if it wasn't for Fluke Nest doing so much damage, that fight would be 1,000 times more scary. But and I don't know if you could see, like the Grimchild can actually like trigger her like stagger or break her stagger. So like you want to stagger and then unload as many Fluke Nest shots as you can right in front of her. But sometimes Grimkin has other ideas and wants to help. Alright, so we are going to Dreamgate out of here.
There's a whole thing that when it like shoots, it just doesn't do a lot of damage, but makes iframes happen.
What do you mean?
The Grim following you, or whatever it's called.
Oh, the Grimchild?
Yeah. I guess I'm trying to understand better why it's annoying.
Oh yeah, it's just because it counts as a hit. So a lot of times, like, you know, I want to stagger Hornet and have her sit there for as long as possible, because she's gonna get up eventually. But like before I can even get over to her sometimes and like actually do my Fluke Nest shots, sometimes Grimkin just like shoots her once and then she just gets up, and I'm like, well, okay, well I didn't have time to get over there to hit her.
Gotcha.
So. And the item we just picked up allows that door to open. And this is the Abyss. This area is like, it's cool. The only downside is that it was supposed to have more down here, but the game wasn't like, when it released, they weren't 100% finished, and so there's not as much down here as there should have been. Kind of like a big empty area, but it's cool. Dying here is very easy. These guys do 2 damage normally, so being overcharmed they do 4. So I can only take 1 hit. We're fine. I literally died here on a run 2 days ago.
But not today.
Not today. This is a cool ability that we're coming up to get. It's called the Shade Cloak. It makes it to where every, I think, 3rd or 4th... It's not like you have to dash that many times. It's just like timing-wise. But like it gives you iframes on a dash on a short cooldown. And so if you dash as fast as you can, it ends up being every 4th one, I think. So we can dash through enemies and attacks like that.
Hey, see, look, Grimchild's helping. Do you see him over there?
He's trying. He's over there shooting that wall,
yeah,
man.
Dude. Showing that wall who's boss.
Alright. So, got no Grimchild for a little bit.
Bless.
So we're gonna make a little quick pit stop at Limb again, so we can sell some more charm or relics. This is a really cool C-dash right here, where you use the elevator going up, so you can C-dash over them.
Oh, nice.
I always thought that was cool.
Yeah, and you can charge it up while it's going up, so virtually no time loss.
Yep. That's one of the main things. Is like, so normally if you're just on like a flat ground, the threshold for when a C-dash becomes more worth than just dashing is 4 dashes. So if you would have had to dash 4 times, then obviously it would have been faster to just do a C-dash. But whenever the charge becomes something that you would have had to wait anyway, like going up on an elevator or whatever, then it becomes free.
Also,
a lot of little tiny ways to, you know, optimize movement.
Does the charge dash not hit elevator levers?
No. So you're talking about that, like,
yeah, I just kind of noticed that. I was like, I wasn't sure if you were like positioning yourself in a way that it didn't happen, or it just didn't happen at all.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't.
If you had to account for it, gotcha.
This is a cool little trick right here. So normally there's like a little delay after you do a dive, but because you dive in the water, you can use it to break that wall and then immediately jump.
Also, did you get another gold?
Yeah, I did.
What, 0.01?
Yep. There's actually a faster way to do that, but it makes this entire next like 5 minutes like super scary, because you can, I can gold that by like another couple seconds. All you do is you don't bench to take off Grimchild, and you do this whole section overturned. So it saves like 3 seconds there, and then it saves 3 seconds when we're gonna bench to put Grimchild back on. You normally wouldn't have to, but it's so scary. There's so many places to take damage here that it's just like really risky. Like these spikes right here, which we're going to try to do the fast way.
Escape, redeem the point reward drink ho, so you're obligated to take a drink if you have anything.
Gotcha. I got
also, if you redeem push-ups, you're also obligated to do 10 push-ups on the spot.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, you didn't know what you were signing up for. I'm kidding.
He DMs me on Twitter, hey, you want to just do a speed run for my show? Don't worry about push-ups. You know, might have to do this, might not, whatever. Alrighty. So this is one of the best bosses in the game. You're not going to see a lot of it because they died at 2 fluke nests, but casually it's one of the best bosses in the game. It's one of the first times where like you really have to like learn how they move and like where your opportunities for attack are. And then in the new DLC they made everyone's dreams come true, because this boss, there's 3 of them, and you fight one and then you fight the other 2 at the same time. And then in Godmaster they made it to where you fight all 3 at the same time, and it's one of the most exciting, like, just like makes you feel like such a badass when you pull it off. But unfortunately they died at 2 flukes here.
Oh my gosh.
Whoops. Okay, I wanted to Cyclone Slash him. There we go.
Ooh. A lot of hits.
Yep.
Oh, that was it.
Yep.
Wow.
So this actually is one of the most overlooked reward rooms in the game. I know so many people. I used to watch a lot of like YouTube like Let's Plays of this game, and it's not very. So once you beat them, it opens up the door to the left of them, but you don't notice, unless you're really paying attention, that all of the mantises in the village, like that one over to the left, they all become like docile, and they won't attack unless you attack them first. And so if you try to go into this room before fighting the Mantis Lords, that the Mantis, I'll show him here in a second, he'll hit this lever. The one right there. He hits the lever and he closes the door. And so you have to kind of put 2 and 2 together, like, oh, why did I stop that? You have to put 2 and 2 together, like, oh, once they're docile, maybe that guy won't close the door on me when I try to go in there, and you can get the rewards. Not a lot of people figure that out. It's not, like, super obvious unless you're really paying attention. I'm still hitting the mantises just for soul, but we're not killing them, because that's mean. A little light love tap. Alright, so, we're going to come up on fighting Grim for the first time. There's going to be 2 Grim fights in this run. And This fight is... It's not super dangerous as far as dying, but it is super dangerous because... For time-wise, because... and by time-wise, I mean, like, world record pushing. Because you can lose, like, 20, 25 seconds very easily. We're going to attempt to do something called a balloon skip. And when you pass certain thresholds of his health, he becomes an invulnerable balloon in the middle of the screen, and he does a little bullet hell attack. And so what you do is you get him just before he would do his third balloon, and you hit him so hard with flukes and so fast that he doesn't even have time to do a third balloon, and it skips it entirely. You can actually do the same thing on Nightmare King Grim, but I'm the only one to ever pull it off in a run because it's really, really, really hard. This one's consistent if you do it correctly. That one is like just kind of a crapshoot. So we're gonna buy the lantern.
Are you even gonna like? You're gonna is this something you could just like attempt or no? You said
this balloon skip is something I can get like every time if I don't mess up.
Okay.
And I normally do. This is like a if I don't get it, I'm pretty tempted to reset. Like not today, obviously, but normally. But no, you'll. There's a pretty good chance I'm gonna do it. That was also a gold somehow. I don't know.
Dude, you're getting so many golds today. 3 already.
Yeah. Actually, the good news about doing this run today is that my balanced PB is kind of messed up on live split until I finish a run, and I haven't finished run since we changed the splits for ComSob. So, good news. I'll be able to finish a run today. All right, so let's not mess this up. This is the little balloon.
Okay.
This is the first one. He's gonna do 2 for sure. But the goal is to get 2 fluke shots in between each phase.
Oh my god.
Whoops. We already messed it up. Cool. So we're not gonna get it. Oh well.
So you'd be skipping this right here?
No, that's the second one. You would have to do that one regardless, but I'm gonna accidentally trigger the third balloon here in a second.
Okay.
Oh, that's even worse. You don't have to do this at all, but that's just time waster. Yeah, so you'd be able to skip this one.
Okay.
Oh well.
Not a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, so you have to react to what move he does really quick, especially that one. That one's the most, like, you have to react to it because he does that little uppercut thing, and you have to walk, like, 1 step away and then shoot 2 flukes toward him very, like, soon after seeing what move it's going to be, so that all the flukes hit before he goes up in the air, but I did it a little late. No biggie. We're going to save quit. Yeah, as you see, that lost 31 seconds to my gold.
So what are we up to now?
Now we are going to go check out Fog Canyon. Fog Canyon is where the jellyfish live. Again, don't ask... Oh, I took off the wrong charm. Don't ask why jellyfish are bugs. I don't know. But they're in the game. And they're actually very annoying. Oh, actually, before all that... You're gonna get to see me fight a boss without the boss ever spawning.
Insects of the sea.
Yeah, right. I love doing that. Correctly.
That was really cool.
It looks so smooth. Ugh. Can you not? You can actually get to this boss at the very start of the game. You can just pogo up those little spikes, but it's super duper slow to fight this boss with just the nail. And it's not slow to do this. And he's dead.
Oh my. Gone.
Yeah, he doesn't get to spawn. His hitbox is just there. There's another boss we're going to fight later where we fight... It has a ton of health, and we shoot 6 flukes? Yeah, 6 flukes before the fight even starts, to make it to where the fight is literally 1 nail hit, 1 fluke after the initial, like, scream introduction. go over here and get this grub real quick. We're also gonna come by these 3 charms that are pretty unique. They're called fragile charms, and what they do is they're really, really powerful for not that many. Well, 2 of them are good without too many notches, but they break upon death. We're not even gonna use them because they're not as powerful as Shaman Stone and Fluke Nest, but in a casual playthrough, they're pretty good, especially Fragile Strength. It makes your nail do more damage. And the Grim Troop added, it's the tent next to Grim's. It's this big bug named Divine, and you can pay her like 15,000 geo, and you can make these permanent instead of fragile. And if you make all 3 of them permanent, then she comes down and eats that guy right there, Leg Eater.
Is that also required for the completion, or?
No,
okay.
no. Yeah, luckily, thank God it's not.
That'd be pretty expensive.
Yeah, it's like 28,000 geo. Thank God we don't have to farm that. We probably end up having to like get a lot more relics, and probably have to do like Coliseum 2 like 10 times because it gives you a lot of geo. It's like it's one of the best geo per like second or geo per minute or whatever sources in the game. All right. So now we have a charm called Dream Wielder on, and it makes all of our Dream Nail actions like Dream Gate or just the regular Dream Nail, it makes them faster. So whenever we go to like get, okay, let me back up. In True Ending, whenever you kill that boss, for example, you don't have Dream Wielder, and what you do is you Dream Nail the Dream Warrior. How many times can I say Dream in one sentence? And then you start a Dream Gate immediately, and by the time that it finishes and you teleport away, you've gotten the essence, right?
Okay.
But with Dream Wielder, since it happens faster, you'll accidentally Dream Gate before you actually get the essence, and you'll leave it behind. So what you have to do is you have to start one, cancel it, and then start another one, and by the time it goes off, you'll have the essence. So it's just kind of annoying. Like, it's a good charm. It's only 1 notch as well, so it's really useful, but that's one of the downsides of it. You have to make sure you don't accidentally leave essence behind.
There's room for error.
Also, so this is one of the most annoying bosses in all of Hollow Knight speedrunning, named Umu. Back whenever I did my GDQ run, we actually didn't know how to one-cycle Umu with the toolkit that we have in True Ending, but 106 has always been able to one-cycle this boss because of Fluke Nest. And what I mean by one cycle is this, what we're doing right now is one cycle where we're waiting around for Umu to like, you can't attack it does no damage. And you have to wait for Coral to come and open the shell, so you can actually attack him. But
and then it's
since
dead in
Fluke
like
Nest does so
just
much
a couple
damage,
hits.
yeah. In any percent, you can. It has 300 health, and you can barely, with a perfect cycle, do 150 damage per. So you have to have 2 perfect cycles of 150 in order to cycle it, and that's like a massive part of any percent. It also is RNG between how many attacks Umu does in between cycles. So the first one could either be 3 or 4 attacks, and all the rest of them could be either 2 or 3. And then on top of that, the move that Umu can decide to use can either be the fast attack or the slow attack. Whoops, I did not mean to fluke right there. So there's just a ton of RNG. That's just RNG the boss, like embodied. And it's hella annoying. But, so like, even in 106 where we have Fluke Nest and we could just kill it immediately, you could potentially get 3 slow attacks and 1 fast attack, because it can't do all of the same attack. And it just wastes like 10 seconds. There's nothing you can do about it. You just have to stand there and wait. Bye, Quirrell.
At any point,
they actually
go ahead. Say what you were gonna say.
Oh no, I was just gonna say before the game came out, they actually put out a comic about that character Quirrell, and it's one of the coolest things that they did like with the game. And I really wish they would come out with more, but I think that's the only one.
That was just like a one-off. They didn't make comics of anything else, or?
Yeah, it was a thing for the Kickstarter backers, like specifically for them. And like, I think the idea was that they were gonna make more, but then they just got overwhelmed with like the game itself. I guess they didn't expect it to get as big as it did.
What I was gonna say is, at any point if you want to give us like lore updates on what's going on in game, feel free.
Yeah, of course. Is that the first dream? Yeah, that was the first dreamer. So what you saw after I killed Umu is I went down and then I hit that thing above me 10 times. And that's one of the dreamers. There's 3 dreamers in the world, and in order to open the chamber that has the final boss in it, you have to get all of those dreamers. Which is why I said you need the dream nail, because you can't even go into those dreamer like cutscenes without the dream nail. So, one of the most important items in the game, if not the most. Like whenever you do randomizer, you have to get the dream nail, otherwise. Oh, never mind. I forgot they changed it to where you can find the dreamers like in the world, but still very useful. Old rando, you needed it. I need one more hit. Because I accidentally fluked the dreamer.
Yeah. I didn't even realize everything was routed that tightly based off of the amount of hits you do on the enemies you run in past.
Yeah, you need you don't need full soul, but it's gonna make everything after this more annoying. There was also a recent change to this part of the game, or to this split and the next split, where you don't set a dream gate. But I hadn't practiced it. I went and looked at it literally 2 hours ago for the first time, but I didn't have time to like really know what I'm doing, so I'll fix it later.
You need DN for true ending? I don't even know what that is though.
Dream now. That's the thing. Oh, you need the, yeah, that's okay. So they're saying in randomizer, to do true ending randomizer, you need the dream nail, because even though you can get the dreamers, you still need to, at the very end of the game, when you fight the Hollow Knight, he like slumps over and you can dream nail him to go into his dream to fight the Radiants. And you can't do that without the dream nail. There's no way. So you do need the dream nail.
I thought they were setting up for never mind.
These nuts.
And it was actually like a thing in the game.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Especially recently in Rhino's server, we've been messing around with a lot of those, like, oh, are you into fitness? Oh, yeah, fitness, yeah. All those jokes. You play Sea of Thieves? Sea of Thieves? Sea of Thieves nuts? No. Alright. So yeah, they got rid of that dream gate right there, and apparently it's a little bit faster. But I don't know how to do that yet. So we're going to make our way over to the third spell. So right now we have the Fireball, the upgrade for the Fireball, and then the Dive and the upgrade for the Dive. And now we're going to get the Upward spell, and we're not going to get the upgrade to the Upward spell until like the very end, because it does a lot of damage. It does, let me think, 100 and... crap. I actually don't remember the exact number. It does a lot. Or it might do like 96. I actually don't remember. It does a lot. But we have Fluke Nest, so. Oops. Okay, that arena can go 1,000 times worse, so that was actually pretty good.
You really had to use that move to kill all those guys, or it's just fastest?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, you can use a dive as well, but normally, like in other categories, use the Fireball, but since we don't have a Fireball, because it's replaced with the Flukes. Also, that was a gold.
Another one.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Unfortunately, it's an invalid comm sub, because, again, I don't know the new strat for that section. Oh well. So this is Queen's Garden. Pretty cool area. Fun fact about those orange spikes that you just saw, you don't have to avoid them on this patch because they don't have a hitbox for some reason. Which is going to be very important later because we have to do the flower quest, which means we have to go from all the way on the right side of the map, get a delicate flower that breaks if you take damage at all, and take it all the way over here, past those guys that shoot those orange things. So if they did hit us, it would be way more annoying.
Yeah, screw that.
Yep. Oh, right there I did a little, what do I call it? It's, so we fell into those thorns on purpose, and for some reason, like, whenever you take damage to a hazard like that, you're normally standing in some kind of a box, and that box determines where it's going to spawn you whenever you, like, come back from black screen or whatever. Oh my goodness, I've never been hit by both of them. Hello. That was rude. And, And for some reason, the respawn box to spawn underneath where that lever is that you need to hit is like poking through the floor a little bit. So we like hit the thorns in that exact spot in order to go through the floor, or like to where it spawns is like right next to the lever, and we don't have to go all the way around. That was also patched up. You're gonna hear me say that a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Also, this is setting up to where I have to go through a certain room with 2 health. And fun fact, it's the same room I died in my GDQ run.
But now you become stronger, more powerful as a speedrunner.
Yeah.
And certainly,
of course,
would never take another death.
Oh, my splits are broken. I forgot to remove Sports Room.
Oh, are all these like
We don't split
fake grubs?
Yeah, all those 3, yeah. They're all mimics.
Vysuals, wait, you forgot one.
Yeah. There's a running joke that we were doing in the tournament where it was like, oh, not the tournament, the relay race, where everyone was like, oh man, how did they know which grub it was? It's random, you know, they got the right one. They didn't even try the other ones. Alright. Let's not have a repeat death. Easy.
Nice. That does look really scary with so many spikes on the ground there.
And those guys throw little like circle shuriken things if you roll like around them too long. But I went past them so fast that they didn't throw them.
So many things that don't even look difficult because you're just flying past it. You don't even see the challenging or difficult aspect of it from a casual perspective.
Right there, you like pogo and then turn around, yeah. Allows you to
that little speed boost actually, it really does make a difference in like just appealing movement.
Yeah, because like there's such a delay between if you don't do the turnaround from whenever you can do your double jump. Alrighty, now we got the RNG frog, second worst enemy in the game.
Ooh.
Oh my god, I got past all of them!
Oh my god. That was really...
Alright, damageless room 1.
That was really clean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Can't get all of them. There's only one more room we gotta get through, so even worst case scenario, we'd have 4 health, which is perfectly fine. You have to go through those rooms with intruining with 5 health, and it's just a death sentence. It sucks so much. Oh,
he's coming for you.
He really was, dude. Like I had a target lock. Alright, so this boss used to not have a pretty good setup, but it does now. So if everything goes right...
Oh, flew back into them.
Yeah.
That's really
Sometimes cool. there's like a small chance that Marmu can be really rude and like right before she flies into those flukes in the corner, she like teleports away and like just wastes a lot of time, but most of the time it goes well. So we gotta open this lever for later when we do the flower quest. This is where we're gonna take probably 80% of this boss's health away before he even steps foot into the arena. And if things go right, I'm gonna kill him like right as his scream ends. we're gonna hit his hitbox in the ceiling as well as a scream skip. Meaning we're gonna have him land on us so that we can move while he's doing his like scream that normally freezes you in place. But we're gonna get the scrub first. You can see how useful Dream Gate is, like, so you don't have to go all the way back down there.
Yeah, it saves like a ton of time in a lot of areas, it seems.
Yeah. There actually used to be more Dream Gates. Like they've been kind of finding out that there's some spots where like it's just not even worth it to even like waste the time of setting it and then dream getting back to it, but for the most part it's an extremely useful ability. Alright, so this boss is in the ceiling. Oh, I didn't get... Never mind. That's fine. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's dead, yeah.
Yeah, it's still pretty short.
Yep. And I meant to do a second fluke while he's on the ceiling, but I didn't press it. Or I pressed it too fast,
You kill these bosses before they even have a chance.
Yeah. It's kind of mean.
It is. It's rude.
That's not going to be the last one to happen, dude.
It's funny that the hitboxes are active that early on.
Yeah. Oh wait, was that an actual hold? Yeah, it had to be. Because QG Tollbinge would have been a fake gold because I split on Sports Room really late on accident. Because of
That's not a real 14-second gold, is it?
That one is apparently.
Oh.
Yeah, take those.
Golf clap.
Yeah. Oh, wrong. Alright, so currently we're on the third set of Grimchild, or Grimkin, like, flame farming. And these are the ones that they do 2 damage, and they're a lot, like, they have more health, and they're kind of more annoying. The good news is, instead of there being 3 flames, or like torches spread throughout the world, there's 3 of them, but then there's also this NPC named Brum. And Brum is a follower of Grim that is kind of defected, and he wants to stop Grim, like, from completing his, like, little ritual thing. And so he's like, oh, hey, just so Grim isn't, like, wondering why you're over here, I'm going to give you a flame, but meet me over where, like, you did the lantern thing, and we'll shut it all down. And so we use that, like, there's 2 endings to this quest line. There's the Banish ending, and then there's the Fighting the Nightmare King Grim ending. And you get 2 different charms depending on which one you choose. It's widely believed that Banishing is actually faster, but it would make the category way less cool if you didn't fight Nightmare King Grim at the end. So, in the rules, you have to fight Nightmare King Grim instead of Banishing. But he gives you a flame, so we can skip one of the ones that are more out of the way and inconvenient.
Do you find that to be arbitrary or not really?
What?
Like that, because what you're saying is
the fact that we
kind
fight,
of like an optional fight then?
Yeah, so it is kind of arbitrary, and honestly, I don't know if it's been fully timed, but like just thinking about it, that banishment quest line, or like ending, is like you got to go all the way over to the Howling Cliffs and like watch a little cutscene. It actually is kind of long, and Nightmare King Grim's not that long of a fight. It's like 45 seconds to like maybe a minute.
So you might as well just like play the damn game.
Yeah, exactly. It's just way cooler, and like it also would make the end of this run so anticlimactic, because you fight Nightmare King Grim, and then you immediately go to the Hollow Knight, fight him, which is like 2 seconds because he gets shredded by flukes, and then you fight the Radiance, and you would think that the Radiance would be exciting, and it is in True Ending. It's not in this category. We demolish Radiance with flukes. You just like sit there and just pump like 30 of them into her, and she just dies. And so yeah, without Nightmare King Grim, this category would be like the most like boring ending. So yeah, luckily
not that you don't pump flukes into like every enemy that we've run into so far.
But everyone likes Grim. He's one of the coolest characters, and it would be way less cool if we didn't fight him.
True.
112 banishes him because they fight him in the Pantheons anyway, so there's no point in fighting him twice if you don't have to.
Okay. How much longer is
we
that
want
category?
A Dream Gate. Oh no! Wait.
Monka?
I don't think I set the Dream Gate. Okay. This should be fine. I'm not gonna risk it because I'm almost positive I forgot to set the Dream Gate as I was talking. You don't set the Dream Gate in all skills, so a lot of times I'll forget to do it in this category. Or any percent, you just see that. So I'm just gonna walk past because I don't remember if I said it or not. I don't think I did. That's not a big deal.
You just have to run back through it then, right?
Yeah. Just instead of doing all this, we just Dream Gate back to the room right before this one. Yeah, I'm gonna be embarrassed if I get here and I see that the Dream Gate's on the platform and I'm dumb, but...
Yeah, why risk it?
Nope, I didn't set it. Yeah, it's not there.
I mean, if you have a feeling you didn't set it, you most likely.
Yeah. Did not mean to walk into him.
Yeah, I just realized you have you have 4,000 attempts in this category. This is a long category, so I'm sure everything's pretty second nature to you, except for the route changes, obviously.
Yeah. And like, to be fair, the first 15 minutes are hard to get past with like a good pace run, so a lot of those are early resets, but
just because of the
second
one health.
The one health and just all of Soul Sanctum in general is so RNG that it just, whoops. Of course you're gonna be there. I messed up the inventory drop, so they spawned too early. Get a little dream nail on you. Set that dream gate. Yeah, the one that I forgot, actually in my notes, my split notes that I have up on my other monitor, literally in full caps says set dream gate before going left, and I forgot to do it anyway. So here's another boss that you're not going to get to see very much of. Oh, it didn't split on Hera. That's awkward. I wonder why it didn't split on Hera. I missed one fluke. This is a fake gold.
Yeah.
Obviously, I didn't notice that I didn't split on Hera. It didn't split on Galleon either. What?
Yeah, what's up, Cheese?
Oh well, my splits are messed up. I'll fix them. I hate missing that. So yeah, now we're gonna come get the tram pass. Whoops. And that's the another version of fast travel in this game. This game knows that their world is absolutely massive, so they know that like you're gonna need ways to get around quickly without having to walk everywhere. Oh wait, I want one dream nail on these guys. If they'll
right through the wall.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we are going to make our way. So I always like to tell the stories. Whenever I first started running this game, this area, I have such a big problem with bugs. I'm like super scared of spiders and like most bugs. And yes, I know I've run a game about bugs, but they're cartoon. But this area still like skeeved me out so hard that I would actually, I had a little volume slider on my headset, and I would turn the volume all the way down so I didn't have to hear like all the little skittering because it just creeps me out.
That's fun. I can't play like horror games. I've recently been playing like Resident Evil Village.
Oh, me either.
And it's actually kind of helping now. It's just jump scares in general. Everybody has their thing.
Yeah. Dude, whenever I watched Resident Evil 7
Did
run
you
at GDQ,
car
like
scenes?
whenever they go like into the yeah. When they like goes into the wall with like those big old worms like crawling past your face. Oh, I can't handle it.
Just want to say something real quick. It's funny that you mentioned like the bugs, you know, spiders, things of that nature. That actually reminded me of there was this one time I was scrolling through Twitter, and you've played WoW, right? Vysuals.
Oh, for years.
Yeah. So in Nax Ramus when you'd have to fight like
oh my god,
all the bugs and stuff. Yeah, I know. There was probably a ton of raiders out there that probably hated doing Nax Ramus because you have to fight the giant spiders and things of that nature. Yeah.
Dude, it's like the exact embodiment of my fear of spiders. It's like the huge ass, like long, skinny legs. Oh, it bothers me so much. All right, so that hitbox is invisible right there, and we just did 6 flukes. Yeah, so this fight used to be super RNG and annoying, and now it is this.
Wow.
He's dead.
So you can't kill him out the gate, but once he spawns, all that damage is still like accounted for.
You could kill him. You could kill him if you had enough soul. We just don't have enough soul to shoot a 7th one.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Right.
Oh yeah. I was gonna ask earlier. How much time is the difference between 112 and 106%?
112 is about an hour of in-game time longer.
Just for 6%?
Yeah. Wait. Hold on. They just changed this reroute. My notes are messed up.
Currently holding.
I'm supposed to be taking something off and putting... It has to be this, right? I think it's that. I hope that's right. We'll find out.
The 6%'s fighting every boss another 2 times. I see.
That and there's a boss that wasn't in this game or in this category or this patch yet called Hive Knight. We're gonna go right past his arena because he wasn't in the game yet.
Oh, does 112? Is that on like a more like way more recent path?
It's on. Yeah, it's not current anymore, but it used to. Oh, please, thank you.
I'm just saying that because like I could see how like not having certain tricks available would make it even slower.
Yep. Yeah, it's all those things that you have to do extra, but on top of that, it's all the all the speed tech taken out that makes it just take longer.
Oh, it is DLC. Okay, okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
When 12 doesn't melt every boss with flukes.
Yeah. That. Also that. Alright. I guess I have to manually split every split now. Oh. I forgot we saved quit here.
That's kind of annoying. I wonder why it's not splitting for you.
I know part of it is that I had a Sporstrom split on here, but it's not in the auto splits because I messed up. And then I know the other part of it is something else auto split wise is messed up, and I haven't had a chance to fix them yet.
Four DLCs are free just because indie devs are awesome.
That is very true.
I was recently playing Eagle Island, which is another indie game that was added GDQ. And yeah, their DLC was free as well. It just came out. Really fun Metroidvania as well. Are there any other Metroidvanias you really like, opposed to Hollow Knight? Or did you just kind of fall? Did you just kind of fall in love with this game specifically and not really the genre?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I love Celeste, but it's not really a Metroidvania. I was also just telling Shay the other day that I've speedrun a Metroidvania for 3 years and I've never played Metroid or Castlevania. So.
I bet you'd have fun with like Super Metroid.
Yeah, it's he was telling me I have to play Super Metroid and Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, actually, those both sound like they'd be your vibe. At least one of them.
Yeah, I probably enjoy them. I just haven't got around to them.
Yeah.
The only like 2D game that I like really like played a ton was Super Mario World when I was a kid. It's one of my favorite games.
Same. I'm not a big 2D guy just in general, but I'm bad at them. That's why. But I still enjoy it.
Alrighty.
Yeah, if you guys haven't played this game before, definitely, or if you're like me and you played through most, or not most of it, like probably a little under half of it, you should definitely get back into it. Such a fun game.
It definitely feels addicting, and I know a lot of people like really love like replaying it and like trying out different builds and stuff. That is a fake goal.
This is a great game to get on the Switch, in my opinion.
Yeah. I swear, I think like Celeste, Undertale, and Hollow Knight are like the best Switch games you can play.
Yeah, like, they're cheap. They're
like,
cheap on the Switch. You get so much content, and just having them on the go is great.
Alright, so this is the Hive. This area is actually kind of a nightmare when you're going for like world record attempts and stuff. Whoops. It's just really easy to die.
Oh my gosh, this looks painful, dude.
Yeah, it can be hella annoying. What? Whoops. I almost
Oh
just
my
died there.
gosh.
If he would have hit me, it would have done double damage.
Dude, that was clutch. I like how it doesn't even seem to like get to you. Like, yeah, you'll play a bit more cautious, but it doesn't really like hinder you much. Like, you die, you die.
Yeah.
I'm saying you as a player.
Yeah, yeah. If you die, it's like on world record page, I'd be upset, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, you know, this is a showcase. We chilling. Okay, this is Big B. Oh my god, please.
Oh
no.
boy, now it gets exciting. Don't worry, Grim's gonna put in all the work for you.
Ah! Oh my. How am I alive?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness. How
Grim's
am I alive?
still over there putting in work.
Yeah, he really is.
But no, that
Oh
was
my
so
goodness, that was
so insanely close. That was ridiculous.
I mean, easy, dude.
Yeah,
Playing calculated.
Exactly what I was talking about before. Nothing phases this guy.
That's so funny. All right. So now, oh, hold on. I gotta remember. Take you off and put you on. That sounds right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. These are all recent changes that I'm trying to remember.
All right, so I asked you about Metroidvanias. How about the Dark Souls series in general? Fan of those games? Oh boy.
I don't have like a controversial. I haven't played enough of them to have like a proper opinion.
Mm-hmm.
My only opinion is that I played like 2 hours of Dark Souls 2 and I wasn't really a fan. But also everyone says Dark Souls 2 is like the worst one. I have a buddy who says Dark Souls 2 is his favorite, and he recommended I start with that one. So blame him. I could see myself liking them, especially because I'm a challenge like type of like I like, you know, difficulty in games. I think it's fun. My favorite game of all time is Kingdom Hearts 2, and like the super challenging super bosses at the end of that game are like the best part. So like I could see myself liking Dark Souls. It's just the only downside is that like I love games with like super tight, fast like movement, and like, you know, so I like playing Counter-Strike. I like to hop around and do KZ and surfing and stuff. I like Hollow Knight because the movement's really fast. I like Melee because the movement's really fast. Celeste, etc., etc. So like Dark Souls is like, it's not a fault of the game. It's like it's not the game's fault that you're like really clunky. It's like part of the, you know, it's part of the challenge is like you have to not make mistakes with your movement, or else you're going to be locked into that movement for like a second or two. But it just doesn't like super appeal to me movement wise. I'm sure I could enjoy it if I really gave it a shot. I do want to. That also makes me want to try like Bloodborne and Sekiro because I know it has quicker movement.
Yeah, Sekiro does seem like way more fast paced.
Yeah.
Although again, I haven't played enough of them as well to make those judgments.
And it, you know, before everything was called Dark Souls as a meme, this was called the 2D Dark Souls because it's like, you know,
that's why I asked a lot of people like make
yeah.
those comparisons. So just trying to get a feel of what kind of games you're into.
Yep.
Or I guess like
I'm
trying
also
to figure out why this game, like what aspects about it. But yeah, you kind of just went down and explained most of that. So.
Gotta wait for get the essence before I leave.
The best speed games are the games where it just feels good and rewarding every step of the way to just like every input matters, and it's constantly like upping your speed, and you can clearly see that here. Everyone watching you do your movement can see that here.
Yeah, I'm gonna try this again because it's really cool looking when you pull it off.
I noticed you doing something. Oh,
there we go.
Oh my gosh, that's wild.
Those little wall cling swords always feel cool to pull off. And we're still like discovering new ones. Like these are all like ones that were pretty recent. Like the elevator storage thing, I didn't even know about until a month ago, 2 months ago. Like the one where you chain 3 in the very beginning, where I only got the first one. Oh, I forgot to, wait. Oh, I forgot to split. It doesn't matter. The splits are so irrelevant.
Yeah, it's all messed up.
All right. So this whole section coming up is very like cycle based, and if I mess it up, like everything's gonna get messed up after it. So let's do it right.
I'm just excited to see you moving on to like the more difficult, challenging parts of the game. Seeing you fly through it. It's awesome.
Yeah, just wait till the Coliseum and White Palace.
Ooh.
Definitely the most exciting parts. Well, I guess in the flower quests, where I have to go across the world without taking damage.
Oh my gosh.
Alright. We need a couple hits on the way up here. Give me that. Whoops. Alright, so there's this boss coming up called the Collector. Has a ton of health. And one thing about it is you can actually like underflow his health and break the fight, and like in a bad way.
Oh no, that sounds awful.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're only allowed to do 6 flukes, otherwise you'll mess it up. So we're gonna do exactly 6, and then we have to do dives for the rest of the fight. Otherwise, you literally can't do damage to him anymore.
Okay, I was gonna ask if it just completely breaks it.
Yeah. All right, no more flukes.
As much as you want to.
Yeah. There you go. All right, and so these are all real because he's the one putting them in jars.
That makes sense.
And
yeah.
over to the left, there's a thing called the Collector's Map, and it shows you where all the grubs are in the game. But we don't even have a map, so we don't need it. Alright, so we're gonna come up on the last streamer here. So if you've ever run or seen anybody trying to run any % of this game, you'll know that the Watcher Knights are like one of the most difficult parts of the run, because you have to fight them with just the base fireball that does 20 damage and the nail that does 5 damage, and you only have 5 health, and they can be really annoying. So the cool part about this category is that we kill them so fast that there's a chandelier above the Watcher Knights, right? Because there's 6 of them in the fight, but there's a chandelier above them that kills one before the fight starts, so that you only have to fight 5. And this category kills them so fast that it's actually slower to use that chandelier. So we're gonna fight all 6 of them, and it's actually faster because of how, like, breaking the chandelier takes like 5 seconds, but that's even too slow.
Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, I was supposed to split right there. Whoops.
Is that coming up soon,
Yeah.
or do we have time for a side combo?
Right here.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a chandelier above that normally kills one of these, but they die like that.
Oh. Jeez. I get mincemeat out of them.
Yeah. He's close.
Jeez. Flukes are ridiculous.
So they really are. Yeah, now we have time for a second.
Oh yeah, all I was gonna ask is who was the first speedrunner you watched, and like I guess who got you into all of this?
So I know I watched a random Super Mario World run on YouTube. That was the first experience I ever had with like speedrunners in general, and I just watched them like flying cape over like all of the levels, and I was like, holy shit, that's cool. Like they know exactly where like all the enemies are, where the walls are. That's sick. The first GDQ run I ever watched is actually still my favorite run of all time. It's Kingdom Hearts 2 by Bloody Biscuits.
I love Bloody Biscuit.
Dude, he's such a legend. And that run is so cool. And then he does like all the data org fights, which are all the super bosses after it. And the craziest part of that run is when he does the data org fights, which are the 13 bosses in the called the Cavern of Remembrance. Not only does he do all these fights that are so ridiculously hard, they took me months to beat all of them, but you do a certain boss named Axel first, which is actually an RNG manip, and he missed the RNG manip. So he had to freestyle all of the other 12 bosses, and he just demolishes them. And it's like so impressive to me, because like if you've ever done those bosses, you know how hard they are. And so yeah, I think that one was the first GDQ run I ever watched. My second favorite is the Super Mario World by Rezafos. Yeah. That run is actually why I invited Author Blues to be on my couch, because I thought he was hilarious in that run.
Yeah, he is. Reza is also like a really, really good runner.
Oh yeah. All right. After you fight the Watch Knights, Lim comes and stands out here at the statue. And you gotta talk to him, or else he won't be up here. So, yeah. So now we're finally going to go get our nail upgrades. And our nail is going to go from 5 damage to 9, 13, 17.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Now that you've finally made a little bit of life savings here, go splurge a little bit.
A little bit. And the funny part is we do this right here because it's convenient. You actually can't get the last one until you do Coliseum 2, because he gives you the last item you need to get the final upgrade to go to 21 damage. But we're about to fight the White Defender, which is the rematch with the Dung Defender, where I said he's going to have a chance later. This fight is so... like, the delta between a fast fight and a slow fight is like 20 seconds, and it's really annoying whenever you get a bad pattern. Ideally, I'm going to go for a thing called a scream skip, which is pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to like fall on top of him right as he does his like scream that's like 2/3 through the fight. That way I can attack him while I'm normally supposed to be frozen in place. But unfortunately, right before he does the scream, every once in a while he just decides to be an asshole and he does a little dash back, and it makes me miss, and there's nothing I can do about it. Like, so yeah, he's kind of a... oh, I'm supposed to split there.
Yeah,
right,
so
right
how much left do you think we have of the run, just for people that might be wanting to finish the whole thing here?
45-ish minutes.
Gotcha.
Maybe a little less. Because like, it's hard to say exactly, because obviously, you know, there's loadless time. But a lot of the stuff at the end of the run, like all the Colosseums, are just the timer constantly going without pausing. So as far as like the percentage of time that's loadless is a lot lower. Not to mention the shopping split, which is like 5 minutes of just standing still. Oh, I'm surprised he didn't do the scream. Oh my... what?!
I don't know what happened.
I killed him before he ever even did the scream.
Is that not something you've done before?
No, not even close. That would have been Comsob best fight I've ever had.
Holy
if it split correctly.
What?
Yeah. That was absurd. Like, I was expecting him to do the scream, but I guess I was right under the threshold, and then I just killed him before he even did it. Okay.
Okay.
We take those?
Yeah, definitely. What the hell? Coming up with new strats on the spot.
Yeah. Alright, well, here we are. So... only bad part of this run is coming up, where you can literally go take a bathroom break as the runner, because you have to stand still and collect all the rewards for all the grubs.
What are you doing over there? Are you trying to
Oh,
redeem,
so this
are
is
you
the
trying
part
to
of the-
redeem push-ups on me?
This is the part of the run where I actually didn't have 220 geo, so I couldn't buy that fucking charm, and the run just died.
Wow. That's rough.
Yeah, I was pretty annoyed.
Alright, well, Beescape just redeemed 10 push-ups. Although it's back day, I have to,
You know what, I'll do it as well. As
I'll
soon as
be
I get
right
to the
back.
spot where I don't have to play, I'll do it as
No
well.
way. Okay, I guess we'll do them together. If you're actually doing them.
Yeah. Let's see if I can actually do 10 push-ups. We'll find out.
And we got a drink co. So.
Okay. All right.
All right, here we go. Working out. You're an ass.
I know. All right. 4, 5, 7, 8, 9.
We're all good.
Okay. There you go.
Hell yeah, brother. Dude, I haven't actually done push-ups in a while just because, like, just do, like, chest day with, like, benches and stuff. And, dude, they're so much easier after a couple months of doing that.
I'm actually probably going to go grab my other water out of the fridge because I'm running out. And no, we'll be fine.
There's making it rain out here.
Yeah. This is where you can find out if you don't have splits set up correctly. If you don't have all the grubs, because he just won't give you the last charm, then you can't get 106%. Yeah, this is the bathroom break, the go get your water, stand up, stretch.
Do you have to keep, like, collecting them, or will they despawn?
You can let them build up. The only thing is that once there's too many items on screen, your frames will start to drop, and I think it makes like the animations happen slower. So yeah, I try to pick them up as fast as I can.
Makes sense.
And I don't even know if that's thoroughly accurate, but it looks and feels like it is, so I'm pretty sure it does. Or I mean, like, not thoroughly accurate, but it might not be tested. Yeah, we got all the grubs. There's the charm.
Cool. So are we about to go spend all this money, or is that not till a bit later?
We're gonna spend a big chunk of it right here. So first we're gonna talk to, so once you have all 3 of the nail arts, which we do, Great Slash, Cyclone Slash, and Dash Slash, he's not in his shop, he is down here. And you get a charm called the Nail Master's Glory, which is so ridiculously useful for this run, specifically for the Coliseum. Because it makes it to where the charge time on your nail arts is like half as long.
Oh, that's insane.
Yeah. And it's only 1 notch, so it's super duper useful. And honestly, 112% does the Coliseum without Nail Master's Glory, and I can't stand it. It feels so awkward to me just because I have hundreds of attempts with Nail Master's Glory, so I'm really comfortable with the nail arts that it feels so janky without it. So we need to buy everything except for this last vessel fragment. This is what we call shoptimization. Apparently it's faster to do this and avoid that and buy it last.
You're saying apparently as in, like, I'm just gonna believe you guys. I'll take you at your word.
Yeah, I don't time things. I mean, I do sometimes, but like,
yeah.
I don't, I don't come up with this stuff. Just tell me what to do and I'll do it. Yep. There we go. All right. Oh.
That's why speedruns are always collaborations, guys. It's
They are.
There's some people that just grind runs, some people that only grind strats.
I don't get these world records without other people coming up with all these ideas and routes. I suck at routing. I'm so bad at it that I would be lost without other people way smarter than me.
See, I'll never know what it's like to get like a super optimized world record, but I do know what it's like to find a very like powerful skip. It is about I'm assuming it's about equal.
Yeah. Because you're like, you feel so like I'm helping out everyone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas a world record also, it kind of doesn't feel like oh, I did this. It feels like we did this, you know what I mean? So it kind of, I can see them feeling really similar. So when you get 2400 essence, well, when you get 1800, she gives you the Awakened Dream Nail, which allows you to get into the White Palace, which we're going to do later. And then you have to talk to her again, and she ascends because her duty of this world is fulfilled. Whoops. We're going to come back for that Geo in a second. Whoops. We're fine. We're about to do a mission where we can't get hit anyway, so not having full health
doing some of those
matter.
hits without the spin, does that actually like screw you up later on because you didn't get as many hits as you thought you would?
No, they'll die with the same amount of hits. It's just they're faster with
Okay.
Cyclone Slash. All right, Grey Mourner time. Oh yeah, Dash Master allows you to dash downwards. So we Celeste out here. I can't C-dash past this because not the initial explosion of like a C-dash won't hit levers, but for some reason C-dashing past them will hit that one specifically. And it's really annoying. And so you'll just get trapped and you'll have to watch the whole cutscene of you going down down the elevator. Alright, this is where chat collectively holds their breath for about 3 minutes.
I like how you get a nice like deep breath right before it.
Yeah, the little blue lake. So we're going to buy everything from her except for the last 2 charm notches, which we're never going to get because they're not percentages anyway, and we don't need them. Alright. And we're pretty ahead on Geo, that's good. If I have less than 100 right there, then I'm going to have to collect some later for the first round of the Coliseum. But we got some extra. Ooh, was that good? Oh my god, that was good. Oh! Okay, well, I got distracted.
Oh.
I got excited about getting the nice C-dash that I was like, that's fun. Big whoops. My girlfriend said she's holding her breath. Well, you can exhale for a second. Fine. Yeah, I know, I broke it. I'm sorry, it was an accident. She gets so angry at you. She's like, how dare you? It's like, I didn't do it on purpose. Also, it's such a nice, like, important flower to her, but she has unlimited of them.
Every single flower is uniquely special, okay?
You know what, you're
It
right,
still
I'm sorry.
hurts.
Alright.
Oh my gosh.
That's the worst place you can be. I've lost multiple runs to accidentally falling into him. The gap is a little bit lower than it looks, so you have to like let yourself almost drop onto his shield and then dash. Good news is we don't have to go back to her. Okay, we got the C-dash, but let's actually stop it in time this time.
God, so intense. Jeez.
That looks close, but it's actually not close. You can slide down that wall without hitting
I believe you.
Right. We're gonna turn around and hit this guy for funsies. Oh no, we're not. It's too close. If I turned around, I would have got in that, I think. Not worth it.
Yeah, bit risky.
It's fun to turn around and hit him because then he dies to the little thing above him, and it's funny. Everyone hates that enemy. They're such assholes. Mm-hmm. That's the spot of the hardest run in any, or the hardest trick in any percent, because you don't have Ismus tiers, so you have to like C-dash right above that acid. Like I said, these orange spikes luckily don't hurt. All right, scariest part.
Wow. that's a pretty insane quest.
If you wanted to and you're like a casual player that's struggling with it, you can go from the grave all the way back to the flower and kill everything on the way, and most stuff won't respawn. So it'll basically just be like an empty, like you just have to avoid like, you know, wall hazards and stuff, but none of the enemies will be alive. If you want to kind of cheese it. Alright, that's all the mass shards. I think we're only missing one vessel fragment, one that you buy for 3,000. Now on to the Coliseum.
Alright.
I think this is the most fun part
Here we
of the run.
go.
It's also the most exciting part. Take off this, put on Master's Glory, and Soul Eater. So we're going to do the Coliseum while overcharmed, which means we're going to take double damage for the whole thing. And it is pretty exciting in my opinion. I'm not too scared of dying other than at the end of Coliseum 3, because sometimes it could just happen. Whoops. Remember how I said frogs are the worst worst enemy in the game? Well, they are in Coliseum 3, and they make all the difference.
Yeah, those things look really difficult to deal with because it's completely random. How much longer? I don't know, about like half hour.
Yeah.
Again, I
Alright.
do appreciate you guys for hanging out with us today. Hope you guys are enjoying so far.
Yep. Yeah, for the next like 7-8 minutes, actually a little bit longer than that, almost like 9, there's gonna be no loading screens, or very minimal loading screens, so like RTA is basically the same as in-game time right here, because the entire time you're in the Coliseum there's no, you know, timer won't stop.
Put a lot of work on your hands.
Yeah. I try to stretch them as much as possible. I'm not trying to end up like carpal tunnel or whatever.
Yeah.
Arthritis.
Oh, that's why you got the box.
I know, right? Honestly, with all the damage I did to my hands back in the day playing like 20 hours of Halo at a time, I'm surprised my hands are not completely just shot, but no, they feel great. I always do like preemptive stretches just so... Whoops. I knew that was gonna happen. Oh, again? Okay, didn't know that one was gonna happen. Supposed to double hit, but my positioning was bad.
Are there any checkpoints in the Coliseum, or nah? You just
nope. Well, in between like this, you know, first and second, third. Yeah, in the middle now. There's Coliseum 1.
Didn't look too bad.
Yeah, Coliseum 1's pretty consistent. Coliseum 2 is pretty consistent with other than like 1 or 2 parts. Coliseum 3 is pretty rough as far as like sometimes it's just mean. Oops. Fun fact, that geo in the Coliseum is on this patch is the only geo that you can't C-dash through and pick up all of it. You'll miss like half of it for some reason. You gotta like walk and dash through it normally, and then once you get past it, you can do C-dash.
I was wondering why you didn't do it there, but it makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Whoa!
Oh.
Where did my fireball go? Sad. There we go. I love getting that little gate storage right there. Or wall storage, I guess.
Getting intense.
Oh, we missed a grub. What is that? Wait, what is that?
Was that the one that you're saying you missed, or? Oh no, that's...
No. Doesn't matter. The trick doesn't really work after you get all the grubs. We also have a... so remember earlier where I had Soul Catcher on that made my soul collection go from 11 to 14 per hit? Well, that is 2 notches. Right now we have Soul Eater on, which is 4 notches, but it gives us like a shit ton of soul per hit. And we have Spell Twister on that makes the spells only cost 24. So I'm pretty sure you get like 22 or 21 per hit with this on, meaning you almost have 1 hit per spell. Like, it's really close. So that's why
really
that's why
powerful.
we have, yeah. So we don't have trouble like with spells whatsoever. You can almost
just
hit
spam
every or yep. Oops. That's Colo 2.
Good stuff. All right, now onto the most difficult one. Interested to see how this goes. You're making pretty quick work of everything since you can just keep spamming the flukes.
Oh, those
Or
spells, but yeah. Yep. All right. This is where it could all go wrong. A lot of the problems is the frogs, but it's not the only place where things can go wrong. Ooh, that was good. That was really good. I didn't expect him to die already. The one that's the lowest, normally you gotta like go over there and hit him.
Oh. A little bit of friendly fire.
Oh, that was rude. Where are you? Okay. That was convenient. It just all landed right in front of me.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was actually random.
Yeah, that was 100% random.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Alright, back to full health. Fun fact, you're not supposed to be able to stand on that top platform, but on this patch, for some reason, the hitbox is a little too high, so you can just stand there.
If it's a platform, I'd assume you'd just be able to stand on it.
Yeah. Quick work. Alright. Need you to spawn. There you go. These guys are random as to where they spawn. Nice. Pretty quick. Oh, that was so mean.
Work right behind you.
Yeah.
Gosh. What the heck?
As you can see, the iframes from D-Dark are pretty nice. You can just chain them. They nerfed the iframes in the next patch, so you can't just chain them together like that. Alright, floor this section. Let's go. Oh, that was so sick!
That was like actually insane. What the?
That was exactly what I wanted. Let's
Oh
go.
my god, dude.
That went like as smoothly as it could have.
Jeez.
Oh, that was perfect. Alright, frog time.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. This looks so stressful.
Oh, I missed my jump. Okay. Oh, that's unfortunate. All right, final boss of the Coliseum. Obviously.
Okay. That was insane. That whole first part.
Ooh, only one roll. Let's go.
Oh, you said before they could like dodge backwards or.
Oh, that was no. This one, he just every time he does a roll on this patch. This is actually one of the only downgrades for this patch. Is when he rolls, he's invulnerable for some reason.
Oh, okay.
Whereas on current patch, you can fireball him and like use spells and like still hit him. That was a really good Coliseum 3. I would take that all day.
Solid. That was really entertaining.
All right, now we're gonna go get the last nail upgrade, and then we're gonna do the White Palace. Whoops. Oh yeah, we can do the elevator thing again. Last time we're gonna see Lim. Give us all that money. We need 7 grand for the rest of the game, I think. If I remember it. There we go.
War's son, Helma Delta.
And remember, it's like 15 grand to make those charms like, well, one of them, the most expensive one. Yeah. I don't think that C-Dash is faster, but whatever. Pretty sure it's not. Fun fact, so this is the nailsmith that we met earlier, and after you get the last nail upgrade, he's gonna be like, oh, my life's work is like complete, and he like goes outside to like just kind of stand in like reflection. And you can go outside, and he wants you to kill him. He asks you to kill him with the nail because he wants to feel what his like masterful, perfect creation feels like. And you can go outside, you can kill him, and you get an achievement, or you can leave him there, like we just did, and later you can go to the Nailmaster Shio. You can go to his place, and he's there, and they're both learning how to paint together.
That's cute.
That's really cool. Yeah. And there's a new category that they made for Pride Month called a Happy Couple %, where you go and find him. It's pretty adorable. Ooh, I almost C-dashed too far. Alright, White Palace. Let's do it. Gotta get really low on this wall. There we go, perfect.
Are you just gonna be zooming through the whole thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Low enough? Let's go. I just recently started doing that strat. This is where your platforming chops really get tested.
Can tell. It's going so fast.
Get airwalk.
Crazy.
Oh, you can also not shade cloak through those saws or like the stuff in here. Doesn't work on them for some reason.
Ooh, that was nice. Using the needle to hit the saw underneath you. What?
I messed up. I actually luckily didn't get hit there, but I missed my jump on the wall. There we go. There's another strat in that room that I haven't learned yet. Oh, this is one of the coolest gate storages in the run.
Oh, sick.
Oh, I forgot I'm not supposed to inventory drop there. Adam's been trying to look at my White Palace and find where I'm losing time. And he's like, oh yeah, don't inventory drop there, just hold right. Oh yeah, I can try out the new strat in the room after this one. I've only done it a couple times.
Oh man.
There we go. Also, one thing Truaning can't do because it doesn't have dive is this shortcut. Alright, part 3. Alright, this is one of the hardest rooms. There we go.
Oh man. Alright guys, we're getting pretty close to the end of the run here.
Whew.
Especially at the rate this man is zooming.
That was actually a really good White Palace.
That's sick.
All right. Oh, that was really clean.
Bad.
Alright. Now we just gotta get the last charm, change the King Soul into the Void Heart, and then get the upgrade to the Abyss Shriek. Yeah, and then go fight the last 3 bosses. Oh.
Is this last time you'll be spending money?
I think so, yeah. Unless I'm forgetting something, but I don't think so. Whoa, where am I? Okay. Sometimes if you inventory drop like right as you leave a ledge, it like the camera doesn't keep up with you. So, you have to have these blue hearts. Whenever you have blue hearts like this, when you have this specific charm on, you can't heal, but it gives you extra health. That's Joni's blessing, if I remember right. And so you need 15 blue hearts in order to open this door. There's other ways to get 15 blue hearts, but this is the easiest and fastest, obviously. And we're gonna do a trick called Swag Door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
And okay.
I hate this room so much. If I had $1 for every time that's happened to me. Last charm. Oh, supposed to split. Am I far enough right? Oh, thank God. Did a little adjustment. Last upgrade. Well, I guess other than changing the King Soul into the Void Heart. King Soul right now is a 5-notch, not even close to worth 5-notch charm. But in order to access the final boss, you have to turn it into King Soul. It just gives you health at like a very slow, steady pace, just over time. Like you just regenerate soul. Oh, I don't know if I said health. I meant soul.
Somebody asked, why did you count down there?
Oh, because it let me know when to let go of my C dash so that I could go through the door right as it disappeared. It's not faster. It's just a little swag strap.
Right.
I'm dumb. Why would I inventory drop there?
Force of habit.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is...
Ow.
This looks sketchy to traverse.
It's fine. Also, you can still move around right here for some reason.
What?
Even
What?
If, no, yeah.
What? What
Like
was
you're-
that?
You dream nail that arcane egg, and it puts you in this like little memory dream cutscene thing. And we're gonna climb up to the top of this room. I'll try to go for some swag strats here. It's a cool climb. It's kind of frustrating sometimes when you mess it up, but I'll try. I don't know. I might go for the first one. Let's see how I'm feeling. There we go.
Ooh, that's really cool. Oh my gosh. Movement God.
You had to say something.
I'll shut up now.
Oh. There we go. Movement God. Boom bonk. Alright. So that is the Hollow Knight in the past. Who we're gonna go see here in a little bit.
That was
somebody
actually,
renamed the
that was
split.
actually a strat, guys. So,
Yeah.
pipe down. Are you a world record holder of this category?
Yeah, or am I the world record? Alright, so we're gonna put our charms back on. This is the last time we changed charms. Alrighty. This boss is super sick, and the music is amazing. Unfortunately, he's kind of an asshole in speedrunning, but whatever. Whoa. If I pull off a balloon skip, that'd be super cool, especially because I missed the first balloon skip. But I've only done it like 3 times ever. Like, including practice. Well, the first time I got... Wait, no, it wasn't the first time. One of the times I got world record in this category with my 2:27:34, I got a gold on Nightmare King Grim, and I was like, what the fuck? That didn't even feel that fast. And then afterwards, like after the run, somebody's like, oh, you got balloon skip. That's why you fucking golded it by like 20 seconds. I was like, oh, okay, cool. But it was kind of a nightmare to run against for a while.
Ooh, this could be hype.
Oh, didn't mean to jump that high.
Got the melee dash dances in there. I see you.
Little foxtrots.
Yeah.
Oh. Whew. Got it. Oh.
Were you charging that up during the black screen, or?
Sort of, yeah. Whoops. You're supposed to like wake up on the floor, and it takes like forever to stand up. Oh, you know what? Hold on, let me show off one thing before we get done here. Little helicopter night. You can actually move around doing that.
While he's still going. What the hell?
Yeah. It's so funny. But yeah, you're supposed to like wake up on the floor right there, and it takes forever for you to like actually stand up. But if you get a dream nail like right as you like spawn in, basically, then it like gives you control, and then you can charge a C dash and like get out of there really fast. What's up, bud?
Wakey, wakey.
Whew. Alright, he's already in the screen phase. And the fight's over.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
Oh, just wait till you see the radiance. It's so absurd.
So your needle's just like super powerful now, so it's just.
Oh, it's not. It was flukes.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, the nail does 21, but yeah, the flukes are doing 112
the nail
every
on
time.
that. Yeah. All right, here we go. Really?
Yeah.
Gee.
Oops. Whoops. Oh, she normally doesn't have time to do another attack. And that's the fucking run.
GG.
GG. Sorry, Radiance. That wasn't much of a fun fair fight.
That was. I can't believe that was the end of the game. What the heck?
Yeah. Now you know why we fight Nightmare King Grim, because if those were the last two fights, it'd be like, well, they're kind of just a formality.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Well, that was Hollow Knight. Oh, yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, GG, dude. That was awesome.
GG. Thank you. Thanks for having me on, man. I really wanted to show off 106. It's, you know, it's not like super unsafe for marathon, other than like two spots. You just gotta be careful. But like, this category hasn't got to be shown off in marathons very much, and so just getting to showcase it and show people, you know, some cool stuff is really fun.
Yeah, if you guys enjoyed that and you want to check out even more Hollow Knight and speedrun action, make sure you go check out Vysuals over at his Twitch. Vysuals with a Y instead of an I, and then TV at the end. It's linked in the description if you're watching on YouTube, and Beescape just linked in chat. So feel free to go check them out. Also, make sure if, you know, this is your first time here or whatever platform you're watching on, make sure you follow me on my Twitch, follow me on my YouTube. Would appreciate it. Really hope you guys enjoyed today's Speedrun Saturdays and just the series in its whole. We'll be back again next Saturday, of course, around 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Not confirmed yet what we're going to be doing, but same old stuff. Just have somebody come on, show off their run, and just have a good time. So you guys go ahead and enjoy the rest of your Saturdays, or the rest of your Saturday. Hopefully it's nice out for you. Maybe go catch some sunshine. That's what we're about to do. We're about to go get some sushi. And
Hell yeah.
yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say, guys. So as always, hope you all have a beautiful life. All right.